going on, y'all? Hi, everybody. What's happening? No reply up in here, Kayla, Melinda. I'm so sorry, y'all. The live went over, but we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. I told y'all we were going to go live. Listen, Candace, come to the front of the church, you dumb demon. Y'all like demons who come to church. Can't make this up. So the demonic alien known as Candace Owens, because I can say that for free all day. Why her cult members think that we got to get paid to call her a demon? It's like they want us to get paid for everything, but yet they want to sit here and deny that she's doing this for likes, views, clicks, and money. Make it make sense? Candace, that's your whole playbook. Do everything for likes, clicks, views, and money. I will call you a demon for free, girl. And it will not even bother me. I'm going to sleep peacefully tonight. While her cult members are sitting here in the upheaval. That's what they're coming back and clapping back at people who call her a demon. That's the best they got. It's a coordinated attack. They'll be paid millions. $7,000. That's it. How was that an offense? That's not an insult. When is Candace going to send me my $7,000 check? You can't make this up. How y'all doing? Y'all good? Oh my God, y'all. We got X. Yes. I was going to start off with some videos, but I'm going to start off with this. Candace. See, what happens when you run somebody's genealogy, somebody starts to run yours. Didn't I tell you all this is going to happen? I said, man, listen. I said, this is going to happen. Somebody's going to run her genealogy, and they're going to look at her thing. Hold on. Uh-oh. I hit the like button. Look at this. Candace, look what somebody found on what's the lady's name? Dana Duda. Look what Dana Duda found on X.com. Candace, your parents are Evelyn Davis Owens and Robert Owens, filed November 14, 2016 for a dissolution of marriage. Where your parents at, Candace? Where's Robert Owens and Evelyn Davis Owens? Where they at? I'm gonna let y'all look at this while we go through some of these chats. How y'all doing? Y'all, this is something else. You ready to talk about Candace? Listen, we all ready. Yep, she has been losing it all over X today. Why is she losing it? So the pastor from Trinity Church responded to her and called her a liar. Candace, you are a dumb demonic liar from another planet, you stupid alien. I keep telling you that. I've been calling her a dumb demon and an alien all this time. And it's like now she wants to have her feelings hurt. It's not even her. It's a dumb cult members. It's the candy asses, y'all. They can't help themselves. They have nothing else. Their cult leader is an idiot, and they're just not figuring that out. Candace, where the hell are your parents at? Should we blame you for your parents getting divorced? Is it George's fault? George, bring your ass out that closet, George. Because we're not going to talk about him right now. Yeah, George up in the closet wearing his ballerina dress. Easter's coming up, George. Are you going to be wearing pink? I mean, what is it going to be? Can't make this up. Listen. Caleb said, I don't have X, but I can only imagine. Oh, we got it. I'm just not seeing this stuff on X over here, y'all. It's something else. Candace, I told you not to go into this girl's genealogy. On Wednesday. Shout out to MilkBarTV, you all. We had a good time on Wednesday. Thank you all for supporting me there and for tuning in. We have not talked about Candace. I'm not going over her episodes. I'm just tell y'all that right now. Candace, the episode you did on Wednesday was disgusting and deplorable. And you put up a bunch of photos of underage children that were in the first, second, and third grade. All because you're trying to out all her classmates. And for what? Half of the nasty ass, thunk-headed, demonic nonsense perp that's over there supporting her are probably the ones looking at all these kids in these yearbook photos. They're the main ones that be walking around here trying to holler at little children. And they're in the candy ass cult member. Her dumb cult. Candace, your cults are the ones that feel like everything's fucking gay and they all the perps. Can't make this up. Why would they want to look at kids' yearbook, like first, second, third graders in a yearbook? Why would they want to see that? They should have been like, look, put these pictures up. We're parents. We wouldn't want you putting up yearbook photos, and anyone can take these photos and reverse the little blurred image and see who these other kids are. Why would you do that? They have no consciousness of anything. So I could care less about the names I call them. I can tell you that right now. I feel nothing calling them the dumbasses that they are and perps, because you got to be a perp to want to sit here and look at a bunch of kids in yearbook photos. You're looking at other people's kids. Who does that? All for her to sit here and try to go after Erica Kirk. Never mind all the other kids in these yearbook photos. Like, it's something else. That's what these nasty bastards want to sit here, and they asking for more of that. Yeah, give us more episodes of that. You kidding me? So, Candace, will you don't talk about your family and your relatives and your parents, and you lie about having 2 degrees or your last name? Don't get mad when people start digging into that and other people start talking about it. You opened up that door, and others are going to walk in. They're going to bummer in, and they're going to knock you out the way, and they're going to dig up your past. Now, I don't have to do that. I am just going to show all of the other users on X.com that's doing it for the rest of us. Then we're going to check out Cinema Shogun post, because he always summarizes the episodes, because I just can't watch her series on this. It's Erica Kirk. I can't do it. It's probably just as bad as watching the Brigitte Macron series. Just a bunch of fluff and nonsense and BS. Red meat thrown at her coat like base that are out for blood, and they enjoy looking at children in yearbook photos because they're nasty and disgusting perps. Can't make this up. And they can still kiss my ass. Come on now. Why you want to look at other people's kids? Y'all see this dissolution of marriage? And then you have down here court location, Stanford jurisdiction. Disposition date 03/09/2017. Judgment of uncontested dissolution. The Honorable Stanley Novak was the judge. And your parents are divorced, and you want to sit here and go after Erica Kirk and her mom for being divorced, and your parents are divorced, you are the biggest walking brainless alien demonic hypocrisy on earth right now. The absolute biggest hypocritical sleuth. Sliding across the earth, leaving behind your yeast infection juice. Just a hypocrite. It's unbelievable. You would think she would not touch subjects that could end up backfiring on her. No, she's too stupid for that. It's ridiculous. How you doing, Mochi? What's going on? Yeah, I'm so sorry for you guys having to wait, by the way. I charged my headphones up, grab a couple bites to eat or something. I appreciate you all for tuning in. You guys are awesome. No reply. Thank you so much, Moki. That amazing. I'm very grateful for your help. Yep, I'm here. I'm running behind, but I'm here. Let's see here. No reply sent me some information. I want to make sure child, y'all. Candace. Hey, y'all. Hey, Mama Sage. How you doing? Stargazer. Demon times 10. Now give me my money. I know, right? We keep trying to tell them over there on X. You don't have to pay me to call her a demon. I've been doing that for free for months. How many times have I called her a demon in my videos? Now they trying to be offended by it. Oh, kick rocks. Kick rocks and kiss our ass. We don't care about your offense. I've been calling her a dumb demon for months. Just not figuring that out. I'm not going to stop. It's called free speech. You run nothing when it comes to our free speech. She's a dumb demon. Get over it. You can make this out. Hey, Say, how you doing? Thank you for coming back. Shout out to my mods. Y'all, we had over a 6-hour live stream on Umar. Oh, my God. And this Mary Ann Lorient person is lying about checks and stuff. Oh, y'all. Ooh, you just can't make this up. Hey, Juju. How you doing? She is losing it over the Iran assault and mentioning CK. Oh my good lord. Oh man. Y'all, I got some information too. Hey Kayla, hey Susie Q, how you doing? And we got Francisca back up in here. Kayla's hey everyone, sorry I'm late. It's my anniversary. Look at her. You better go listen. Enjoy your anniversary. You can catch us on the replay, girl. What you doing? Catch us on the replay. Happy anniversary to you. Shout out to you. You guys wish her a happy anniversary. And here's to many, many more. Didn't she say her parents divorced when she was younger? I've never heard her talk about her parents. I'm gonna be honest. I don't recall Candace talking about her parents at all. You know, aliens don't sit here and divulge about their past too often. She don't talk about her own husband. She don't even talk about her own kids, but she got the audacity to keep bringing up Erica Kirk's daughter. Like, why is her name coming out your mouth? Oh, I've been adamant on that one. Leave the kids out of it. They have nothing to do with this. And I would not advocate for anybody to bring up Candace's kids. No. Because they're babies. They can't help who their dumbass parents are. The babies should not have to worry about that. You got some real perps out here that actually, enjoy looking at all these kids in these yearbook photos. Like, it's so disgusting. Don't give them, it's red meat like that. Hopefully Erica Kirk just sues the crap out of Candace. And Erica Kirk, let me tell you something. You better do it and sleep peacefully. Don't feel bad about it at all. And tell Megyn Kelly she can kiss our ass too. Her spineless ass does not care about you. She doesn't care about any friendship she claims to have with you. She has sat back and said nothing except dropped some F-bombs when people challenged her on, providing correction. Something the Bible mentions. But she don't mind sitting here talking about the liberals and the Democrats and this and the third. But you can't say anything about Candace sitting over here single-handedly destroying your friend's life and mentioning her kids for no reason. So you got nothing on that, you former litigator? What an embarrassment to the bar you are, Megyn Kelly. Your clown ass have nothing to say now. Don't have anything to say later on. I would not be mad if Erica Kirk cussed out. As a matter of fact, I would love nothing more if Erica Kirk could get in a video and just go ham in on everybody. To Megyn Kelly, kick rocks. You're not my friend. You're a piece of crap. All these people that sit here kissing Candace's ass, yeah, you can kiss mine. Like, I would not be mad if she didn't. Oh, Erica Kirk, don't respond. Just ignore sue Candace and be done with the rest. Like, sue her though. Sue her. And add George to it because he's complacent. Yeah, it's something else. It's something else. Oh man. And then No Reply sent me some information here. I tagged you in the pastor's comment. Yes, I saw a pastor's comment. And I saw this one too. Y'all tagged me in a lot of stuff. And I wasn't able to clap back at Billiam. Y'all remember Billiam from Wednesday? I told him I had to do a live. I said, sit tight. I'll be back to finish clowning you out. I got more jokes. I was going in on him. He didn't like it at all. I don't care. And he was like, "Oh, Trump is my He said Trump is my cult leader." I was like, I don't think Trump will appreciate you calling him that, but whatever. Like, dude, I'm apolitical, so it's whatever. I don't think he would appreciate you saying that. And what's your point? If you worship the ground he walks on, I don't think you should idolize anybody like that. But it is understanding, I can see clearly as to how you idolizing Candace. You're doing it with anybody else. You don't idolize anybody. We're all human. But except Candace, she's an alien and a demon. We don't put her on a pedestal. We owe her nothing. And that's what her cult members keep forgetting. We don't owe Candace Owens anything. We owe her nothing. This is something else, y'all. Woo, Candace. Your parents are divorced, girl. You want to sit here and talk about divorce? Y'all look at this. Then I'm gonna pull up some information that No Reply sent to me. Hold on. And I gotta give me some time tomorrow. No Reply to forward the information over. I don't have Gary Paramount Tactical. I don't have his email or contact information. But I do want to forward that information over for you. I would have to forward to Jay Witt because I'm sure he has a way of getting in touch with Gary. Because I haven't even been on Gary's show. Gary from Paramount Tactical. What are you doing, man? Where's my invite? I'm waiting. The queen of YouTube is waiting. I haven't been over there, so I have no way to email or contact him. But I will send it to Jay Witt, and Jay Witt can give him a heads up or call him, reach out to him for you. Let's see here. We got everybody up in here. There's no line she will cross. Okay, ESG, yeah, none. That's why I don't. Y'all see why I've been very blunt from day one when it comes to Candace. Candace, you're bad at this. You're an idiot. You have court coming up next month in April. You got court coming up. I just want her to show up for court. For all these lawsuits she's bringing upon herself, go to court. Don't sit here and punk out when you get hit with a lawsuit from America Kirk and TPUSA. Just go to court. Stand behind all this BS you're saying and doing. Go to court. Your court members, they'll be fine. No one cares how they feel. Go to court. They don't want her to be held accountable at all. If she says what she means and means what she says, why would she be scared of a lawsuit? Why sit here and ask dumb questions like, why would they sue her? You find out. Just shut up and sit down and sit back. Pay attention. You can find out the hard way. Because that's what her cult members do. Why would they sue her? And it's like a copy and paste. And they know it doesn't matter what you tell them. They're still going to ask the same old dumb question. Sit back and find out. You'll read it in these court documents we'll go over. But Erica Kirk needs to sue her. She needs to sue her. Because this is out of control. When you start bringing up damn photos from when I was in the first, second, and third grade to your nasty cult base-like following that are sitting here oogling over children's yearbook photos. And then you got the audacity to mention my children's names that are minor children in this? No. Nope. I'm suing you. The end. Child boo. They already catching death and kidnapping threats. All she's doing is making her a harder target. Y'all, it's something else. It's something else. And we have a few videos we're going to check out. Graham Allen did one where he flat out, I mean, that's the title of the video. You know, Candace is going to get Erica Kirk killed. Like, it's that bad. And I told you all Wednesday, I fear that's what we're going down that path to where Candace is capable of doing something very dark, sinister, and evil in hurting or harming Erica Kirk and her two kids. With the obsession that she has at this rate, I wouldn't put it past Candace to go and hurt and harm Erica Kirk. I wouldn't put it past her. I would not put that past her. She want to act like a soulless demon? I'm going to treat you like that, Candace. I don't have to trust that you won't do anything to Erica Kirk. Because most of us are asking, where the hell were you on September 10th when it came to Charlie Kirk? Where were you at? It's my belief that she has something to do with it. Period. Can't make this stuff up. What's going on, Mira? How you doing, honey? Slanderous slop. Oh man, it was so egregious, y'all. Candace hopping around laying Easter eggs. Did y'all see the thumbnail? Oh man, shout out to No Reply. There's more to come. What's going on, Stargazer? He's up in here. Now everybody's up in here. Oh my God, y'all. We have more to look at over here on X. This is something else. We don't play here at the LLC. Not at all. I have been calling her a demonic alien demon from day one. And I'm going to keep saying it for free. No one has to pay me to say that. Candace, you're a dumb demonic alien. You're a demon. The end. It's that simple. I feel nothing. You're the one being a demon. It's not our fault that you choose to be a demon. We're just going to call you what you're acting like. As I grew up. Yeah, so here's the post here. This post here. Oh, my God. Whoever decided to do this, pure genius. Thank you so much. Is it Graham Allen? Did I say name right? Mad Hatter? How you doing? Mad Hatter, how you doing, honey? What's going on? I hear you. Oh, yeah. I know. I want to make sure I pull up the photos as well. Ooh, child. Candace, you going in on you, girl. So this says here from Dana, I loathe it, but it gets you where you need to go. Why lie about when your parents got divorced? If all available Google searches are correct about your age, you were 26 to 27 when they split. This is such a pivotal point in your narrative about growing up, so why lie? Y'all, she got the whole tree. Candace. Did I mention I loathe genealogy? Yes, it's necessary, but what a hellscape. Oh Lord have mercy. You can't make this up. Candace, this is why you don't go after people like this. Because you got others out here that's gonna be like, I'm sick of her dumb ass. And she bullying and all this harassment. He's a dumb demon. Whatever. We're gonna go in her genealogy. So she can see how it feels. Candace may not feel anything about this, but we're still gonna go over it. You can't make this up. You got, oh man, they're going back to 1883 with Abraham E. Blyden, Estella Henley Blyden, Theodore Alexander Van Holten. Look at that. And then, this is Emmanuel Blyden, Edward, Nola Alexis Van Holten Blyden Owens. Robert Lee Owens Sr., that's her grandfather. And then you have other relatives in this tree. Where's the rest of the tree? Y'all, am I seeing the rest of the tree? You can't make this up. Candace, you done pissed off a lot of people with this nonsense you're doing. Oh my good Lord. Hold on, let me put this over. We got some Milk Bar videos to watch. But I wanna hold on a second. I'm just gonna put this tab here while I get this other tab ready. I'm just trying to see what else is on X. This is something else. Oh, and I want to pull up what Cinema Shogun always summarizes the episodes. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to this one. All right, so this Pastor Mark Driscoll, this is what Charlie Kirk actually told me a few days before he was murdered at Candace. Stop making it about yourself. Stop pretending it's about Charlie, because Charlie would be the first person to step aside and point you back to Christ, whom you have drifted so far from. Has she ever been a part of Christ? Like, seriously. So let's see here. This is Pastor Mark Driscoll responding to her.
I've known Charlie Kirk for some years.
Can y'all see this?
I love him very, very dearly. And the reason I don't talk about him in the past tense is because he is alive right now. He is alive in the presence of his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I have had the honor of getting to know Charlie, and I respect and admire him very, very greatly. It was an honor to have him here with us on the weekend before the election on this very stage.
Let me know if you all can see and hear. I just want to make sure. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear the video. I'm not even seeing comments come through. What's going on? Robert Lee Owens Jr. is her dad, and Senior is her grandfather. Yes, we saw the Senior one. Okay, thank you, Melinda. All right, I see a 1 come through. Yes, all right, cool. All right, let's pick up where we left off at. I just want to make sure I had the right video and you guys can see it here.
For the election on this very stage. The last time that I had communication with Charlie was yesterday. We have been in regular communication. I don't want to overstate our relationship, but I love him very dearly and he means the world to me. And I miss him very, greatly. I'm not his father. I'm not his spiritual father, but I'm old enough to be, and I love him like that. One of our most recent communications, he said, "Thank you. I have a ton of questions. I didn't ask for it, but I have become a high-profile defender of the faith. I need to be the best I can." This was a recent text thread with he and I. I said, "I'd be honored to serve for free, invisibly as needed. You have an anointing to steward, and it's massive. Proud of you and pray for you and your family daily." Charlie Kirk is irreplaceable. Charlie Kirk is a once-in-a-generation mind and soul and anointing and heart. Charlie Kirk was a rare combination of evangelist, apologist, and political strategist. Charlie Kirk and I had been communicating. I was on vacation with my wife, and he was asking when we could get together for a half day. He had a bunch of questions about the Christian faith that he wanted to whiteboard out, and I told him it would be a great honor of my life to try and serve him. He told me that he felt like God gave him this platform and opportunity so that he could become an evangelist and apologist to the next generation. He wanted to make it his primary message and life work to proclaim the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is evangelism, and then defend it by answering criticisms, questions, and objections, which is called apologetics, which means to defend the faith. Charlie Kirk stepped into a level of spiritual warfare that I believe moved him to the top of the enemy's hit list and to some degree contributed to his assassination, his murder, and his martyrdom today. And I do not use those words lightly. Those are entirely accurate and fit the description of the demonic activity that we saw today. Charlie wanted people to meet Jesus Christ, and he wanted to do the best job that he could presenting the gospel of Jesus Christ. And as a result, Charlie was going to campuses and he was proclaiming Jesus and he was answering questions. And he was a generational master in doing what the Bible says, and that is to give an answer to everyone for the hope that you have with gentleness and respect. He was a joyful, happy warrior. He had a great smile. He was kind to his enemies. He tried to have a good time, even when they were trying to give him a bad time. His impact on this generation cannot be overstated. I believe it is absolutely non-hyperbolic to say that he is the greatest conservative voice of this generation alive on planet Earth. Amen.
That's the whole video there. Well said. And this is what Candace doesn't care about. She doesn't care about how anyone else feels and how they're grieving the loss of whatever Charlie Kirk was to them. Whether they loved him like a brother, a son, a nephew, an uncle, or a friend, a mentor, mentee. She's ignoring and eradicating everyone else in his life, including his own wife and kids, as if they're not grieving and mourning his loss. His mother-in-law, Erica's mother, who has a whole ailment that she doxed on television. No one needed to know what her diagnosis was. I never knew that. I'm gonna be honest. I never knew Erica Kirk's mother was sick and what the diagnosis was. And no one needed to know that. And yet Candace took time with her demonic ass to sit here and tell everybody what Erica Kirk's mother was diagnosed with. How does that get Candace's mortgage paid? Oh, it gets her views, likes, clicks, and money. For the rest of us, it does nothing. You think that woman wants to have to worry about battling this illness? Her daughter's taking care of her, running a company, taking care of 2 kids, mourning and grieving the loss of her husband and the father of her kids. And now she's got to worry about this demonic dum-dum putting out her mother's medical information on her platform. And for what? It doesn't solve anything. But that's how evil Candace is. It's evil. So it's just, it's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. That's why she needs to sue the crap out of him. Sue her. I want to see Cinema Shogun's, he always does a great job summoning up what the episodes were about. It's like, I watched it so you didn't have to. I don't know. Did he do that for the episodes? Let's see here. Okay, hold on. So Cinema Shogun did this post here too. Candace Owens tried to spark another conspiracy. Her proof, as always, just another fake anonymous email from her mummy sleuths, because they're impersonating investigators, which is a crime. Undoubtedly sent by a woman who downed one too many SSRIs with a hefty bottle of $7 gas station wine. Oh, Lord, that $7 gas station wine is something else. Oh, it's got to have like yeast pea in it. Candace is lacing it with yeast juice. Candace, you dumb demon. Luckily, it was shot down and debunked very quickly, like all of her dumb conspiracy should be. Like I've said before, people should have been doing this the whole time. Exactly. Immediately put out the flames instead of letting her lies spread like a wildfire. This is the way. Name redacted for obvious reasons, because she protects everybody else except the people that she's targeting, because she's a demon. Charlie Kirk also told a pastor at Trinity Church that he thought he was going to... that brings up the total up to 4 people that we've identified. This is your daily reminder that his wife initially denied this was true. Subject, Trinity Church in Scottsdale. At Candace, the pastor at Trinity Church in Scottsdale, said that Charlie could call in a few days before. September 10th told him in a few days before. Not like they can pinpoint the data, right? It told him that he thought he was going to get unalive. He mentioned this to all of us that assisted to the urgent service he made to pray for him after the incident. And then I think that's when the pastor responded, correct? Let me make sure. Is that where the pastor responded? This pastor right here. This is what Charlie Kirk actually told me a few days before he was unalive. Okay, so and that's the video. Oh, what an epic way to respond. I'm just going to mention casually during my sermon in church. Yeah, come on up in here, you dumb demon. Candace walked into a church right now. You said the name of Jesus, her behind will start melting. You can't make this up. Candace, when you so evil. Yeah, she can't stand in the presence of holiness. I'm telling y'all right now, demons tremble at the name of Jesus. And just throw a little holy water on it. It might be the best bath she's had in a while. We can't make this stuff up. We're going to go in there. I'm melting. Look, when she's already said she knows how demons squeal, I was done. I was like, oh, you're definitely a demon. You are definitely a demon when you sit here and say stuff like that. I know how demons squeal. Why? Why do you know that? Girl, return to hell where you came from. Who child? I was like, did she just say this? Y'all, it was the scariest thing. She knows how demons squeal. The devil is alive, and so are you, Candace. You can't make this up. She said that already. So people calling her a demon is not too far out of pocket. Your Honor, she made it clear that she knows how demons squeal. Only a demon can recognize that, right? Like, that's not something normal you hear. Are you hearing demon squeal right now? That's so evil and sinister. No one says that. She also called herself an alien. We went with that. And the judge will have no choice but to agree with me, especially when I'm done playing the portion of the video where you said that, Candace. You also lied and said you had 2 degrees. Where the hell are they at? Where are those degrees, Candace? Are they sitting in hell next to Satan where the demons are squealing? You can't make this up. This girl lies like it's breathing air for her. You can't, this is insane. What child? And she claimed that Charlie was a time traveler. Don't forget that. Yep, Your Honor. The dumb demon also said that something with astral projections and that Charlie Kirk was a mutant. He attended the school for gifted youngsters with Xavier, Professor X, from X-Men. She stole my joke. She also stole my quip about her being bad at this, because she is bad at this. Candace, just take this L. You can't just take this L, girl. Take this L, you dumb demon. Take this L. Just her losing. She thinks she's fighting a good fight. No, you're not. When you hear demons squealing in your head and other voices that are also there, all her imaginary friends are there, Your Honor. Cookie Monster, the mutated version. Who knows what Elmo looks like? Like Sesame Street in the world of Candace Owens, it's got to be like the most crackhead version of it all. Yeah. We've already seen Grimace. She's destroyed the concept of Grimace for us all. That Sugar Booger is something else. Now she wants to take down everything else. We like X-Men. She wants everything to go down in flames. Good grief. It's not our fault, Candace, that you can hear demons squeal. You might want to go pray that out of you or something. Oh, this is... Oh, man, she's so evil. She's so evil. Candace, just so evil. I've been telling her this. I've been saying this. Let's get the Cinema Shogun right quick before we get to these videos, y'all. Oh, the Bride of Candace. Oh, oh man. The Bride of Candace. Oh my God, y'all. Oh, I am so here for this. I'm so here for it. Oh, I love it. Yo,
the biggest question being asked right now is, where is George Farmer and why is he not shutting down Candace Owens? The biggest question being asked right now is,
you can't make this up. Bride of Candace. This is right on time. I was not even looking for this. It just showed up in my feed and I just decided to see it. Oh my God. Yes. George, bring your ass out that closet. You should have told Candace to make you a sandwich 5 months ago and you failed. You've been standing behind the camera ever since and you've been condoning and signing off on this nonsense while she hears demons squeal in her head. It is all your fault as well. You should be named as a co-defendant in a lawsuit. Erica Kirk, don't spare him anything. He's the one with all the money. Candace might have like 5 million, but he's got the rest of the 195 million. Y'all, y'all see this? This is so epic. Oh, Edie Lowe is doing a series too, Bride of Lucifer. No one's gonna take Bride of Chucky. Candace knew what she was doing when I call her Bride of Chucky. She does a series talking about Bride of Charlie. You're so unoriginal, Candace. Stop stealing my quips. And your lame ass cult members want to come over here act like you don't watch my show. That is the only way they're gonna be able to get you to see their comments. The only way that Candace sees their comments is they can come over here to my live stream. She ain't studying the cult members at all. No, she watches my channel so she can steal my quips. Candace, you are bad at this, you dumb demon. Now she want to feel some type of way because somebody calling her a demon. You are a demon. Candace Owens is a demon, a dumb one, an alien dumb one with a yeast infection that won't quit. Can't make this up. Are you kidding me? It is not my fault, Candace, that you told a court of law that you have recurrent yeast infections. That is on you. No one told you to put that in court documents. Yana, I have yeast infections from this black mold I keep living with. I don't know why it keeps getting in bed with me at night. Oh my God. Candace knows she has more than 4 kids. It's like 12 more. They're sitting in pods. It's hibernating. Yeast infections can only grow and replicate in warm, moist environments. Oh, Candace, return to hell where you belong. Can't make this up. Oh, y'all say what's up to the candy ass cult members. They coming up in here throwing a tantrum. Tell your cult leader hello. Tell her to stop stealing my jokes. Can't make this up. Yeah, having a fit over there on X, stealing my jokes. Billiam, I'm coming for you. I haven't been able to get back on X, but boy, you gotta come, bro. Y'all, let's watch this Bride of Candace trailer. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
The biggest question being asked right now is where is George Farmer and why is he not shutting down Candace Owens?
Why would he allow her to do this? Because she is really getting a lot of hate.
Can you buy your way out of the files?
Oh.
It's just Candace count.
A lavender marriage.
Love Vidang Chowti. Today, we place the spotlight on the smell of lavender.
Ooh.
I've always suspected that, well, let me just put it out there. I think Candace Owens is married to a gay man.
Oh, me too.
A farmer was sexually assaulted me. Candace blocked me for calling her sham marriage.
For being gay.
But he's gay.
Gay and bisexual boys on camera.
Did Farmer know Robinson?
Oh, Candace, are you ever gonna tell us about that harassment charge your ass caught in high school? You know, because that was a crime and all. He was arrested. Candace, I'm gonna say this, and I want you to be as mad as you gonna be, and I don't care. Erica Kirk has never been arrested. Yo, oh Lord, look at this convict. Oh, you dumb alien. Y'all heard Yeasty had just gotten in a fight. Let me tell y'all exactly what happened. Picture it. Sicily, 1942. Candace Owens and Yeasty and Grimace after Sugar Booger raging. He got into it. They got an argument about who was sleeping on the wall and who was sleeping on the floor and who was sleeping in the bed. And you all can see who may have won that fight. Candace, these mugshots or something else, gang. Oh, Grimace whooped her ass. Just in case y'all didn't know who won the fight, Grimace won. Candace. Oh, Candace, you want to know who her source is? I'm going to pull up a picture of the source. Oh, Candace, you making us do this. You're making us having to do this. Oh, good grief. This is going to be so funny. Yes. Yeah, he looked just like the Antichrist.
I bizarrely kept saying to Charlie, who's the founder of Turning Point, like, we should go to the UK. We should go to the UK. Long story short, I take his credit card and I book us to the UK.
Had you met her yet? Or
Candace, you need to pay back that money on that credit card because no one authorized you to use that credit card to book no daggone flight. She had to have looked up George. I'm telling you all right now. I'm sure someone did some investigation, a data analysis, something on that device, computer, whatever she used. I promise you, she looked George up. She didn't just go fly out there blind to UK using his credit card. How you gonna take that man's credit card out of his wallet and just use his credit card? Candace, if I take George's credit cards and go buy a house and a car, I don't want you to say nothing. Just deal with it. And then I'm gonna magically come out in 19 days and say, me and Ami are getting married. Oh, Ami, mommy loves you so much. I mean, it would be the craziest thing ever. Y'all would be like, Lady Luck, how you gonna... We love Ami, we love you. But what? 19 days and y'all engaged? What the hell? And then I tell you all, there was zero romance. I would be lying. That would be lying. That would be a whole lie. There's no way I'm keeping my hands off. I mean, you can't make this up. Can you imagine this? Candace, when you gonna tell us that you've become the Scientologist cult member today? Like, just go on. Xenu can have you. I meant what I said in that thumbnail. She's all yours, Xenu. Tell Tom Cruise you halfway there. You can't make this up. He can have both of y'all. Candace is the, oh, when I say demonic, y'all see that demon coming through in this video? Look at that. Just the darkness of it all. You can't make this up. And he looks every bit like the Antichrist. Oh, the evil couple that no one wants. Can we have George and Candace deported? When can that happen? Somebody tell Trump to revoke their citizenship.
We'd shaken hands and that was it.
So he proposed to you over FaceTime, and I said yes.
We hadn't gone on a date,
Yeah,
and I called her and I just said, listen, I know this is completely crazy and we've just met, but how do you feel about getting married to me?
Can't make this up. That's some demonic nonsense. Oh, that is so good. Well done. Let me make sure I share this. And
The biggest question being asked right now is
awesome.
where
This is awesome. I was trying to find Cinnamon Shogun, y'all. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for Cinnamon Shogun. And she just all over the place. Child, she don't know what the hell she want to say and do and respond. She's just the worst. Oh, Lord have mercy. Who it is? Who is Carrie Prejean child? Who knows? Chicks on the right, they don't play with her. And she never gives them anything. Can someone please let me know if he did a summary, Cinnamon Shogun? Because I just want to make sure she another parrot. Is she the same cat lady, the cat crazy lady? Carrie Prejean Boiler, whatever her name is. Is she that crazy cat lady, the village cat lady? And it must be somebody else. Child, I get you. They all speak cult. I can't get down with it. Candace, you have no originality. None. What? Erica Kirk, please drop that lawsuit. So David Nino Rodriguez can understand exactly how this goes, because he thinks that it's supposed to just happen immediately. Can't make this up. I'm trying to find Cinema Shogun. I want to know if he did any summaries of her episodes, because I'm not watching them. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do that to you all or to myself. It's like it's going to rip my brain in half. Candace Owens rips her Charlie Erica Kirk theories directly from sci-fi movies and TV shows. Harry Potter, X-Men, The Flash, The Matrix, and more. Spaceballs. Who knows who this clown is? I don't care. Man, he always does like a summary. I watched it so you don't have to. That's what I wanted to read. I don't see it. Oh, you got all this going on. Astral projected to his house. Candace, are you ever going to explain that photo of you grabbing that woman's butt or what? I guess that's never going to happen. Can't make this up. Okay, we'll get back to that. Y'all let me know if he did a summary. All right. But I want to go ahead and get to the videos, starting with Milk Bar. And then we're going to get to some of the information that No Reply sent us. As a matter of fact, let's do that right now. Yeah, I am so excited. People are clapping back. Finally. People are clapping back, Candace. And you're not going to like it. But we got, oh my goodness. No Reply, you have to kind of give me a walkthrough of some of this stuff here. Y'all, he is so good with this information. Edward Blyden Marine Terminal, This is the great uncle. The regulated building permits. Joseph Blyden, great uncle. These are her relatives. The logistics supply chain, Jasmine Blyden, a cousin. Political shield, legislative oversight, Senator Marvin A. Blyden, another cousin. She want to make it seem like, none of her people had anything. Blyden Family Network held key roles. Permits, port, logistics, oversight. This is awesome. Shout out to No Reply. Candace, I told you. You keep on looking into other people. People gonna start looking into your little ass. You dumb alien. And okay, so he sent me this saying, I found Candace Owens' direct relatives in the JE files. On her grandmother's side, Nola Blyden Owens. The Blydens are in the JE. Y'all, they in the Epstein files. You can find them yourself and hear their names. Joseph Blyden, Jasmine Blyden, Marvin Blyden. I don't think you know this, but Candace's cousin on her grandmother's side is the senator of Virginia, Marvin Blyden. I did not know that. Candace does not talk about her relatives. And why didn't she pay rent for 7 months? You couldn't get your senator cousin to pay your rent, Candace. Why are you lying about living with Black Mold? You talking about you grew up poor, and these are your relatives that are sitting here serving in senatorial roles. A senator? Logistics? Y'all see this? Candace, you have no excuse to go 7 months living in an apartment and not pay rent. None. Your family members have held key roles in permits, port, logistics, and oversight, political oversight. This is insane. Why couldn't you get any of these relatives to pay your bills, help you out for 7 months? She went 7 months and didn't pay rent. It's in court documents. We went over that lawsuit. The same one where Candace said, I was living with Black Mold and I had to have LASIK surgery and I had recurring yeast infections. That's what she said in the court documents. It's insane. Joseph Blyden signed the permits for the Epstein's guest cottage and pool. Jasmine Blyden was signing Epstein's shipments through tropical shipping. Need proof? I'm not trolling you at all. You see this? Oh, I see you, honey. Edward Wilmuth Eddie Blyden the fourth, 1924 to 2002. He's the namesake of the Edward W. Blyden Fort Marine Terminal in St. Thomas. He is the relative most closely linked to the modern generation, including Candace Owens and Senator Marvin Blyden. Parents, he was one of 11 children born to Abraham Ernest Blyden and Estella Hindley Blyden. Siblings, direct brothers and sisters. His direct siblings include Nola Blyden Owens, Candace Owens' grandmother, Joseph Joe Blyden, former DPNR official, James Blyden Sr., father of Senator Marvin Blyden, Halvor Blyden, Navy intelligence veteran. You got veterans in your family, and you sitting here blaming the U.S. military, the whole military, by the way, on Charlie Kirk's assassination because of a fort. It's a nonsense cockamamie plan that you and what you call it came up with. What's his name? Can't make this up. The clown that she helped raise over $140,000 for. Raymond Blyden, father of Jasmine Blyden. Candace Owens, he is her biological great uncle. Senator Marvin Blyden, he is the senator's biological uncle. Y'all, this is something else. Oh my God. Smiley is requesting the following items for the RO plant. Look at this stuff. 4 drums, 55 gallons. What is this here? Oh, this is a tropical shipping thing. This came from the Epstein files. Y'all, oh God. Candace, why are your relatives in the Epstein files? But she wants them to be released so bad. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, what benefit would she have again other than her relatives being tied to this? You can't make this up. So this is just an estimate for the tropical shipping port thing here. Y'all, this is something else. I'm gonna have to take some time to snip this stuff and put it on the community post so you all can read it for yourselves at any given time. And if it's in the Epstein files, it should be there, right? This should not be redacted. Well, other than the email addresses, but all this information should be in the Epstein files if it's in there. Hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. This is something else. Okay, no reply said, read what the items are in the top pink part. Okay. Can you tell me what those items are? Sulfuric acid? I mean, what were they supposed to be doing with it? I mean, what do you think they were doing with this stuff? 2 drums, 55 gallons per drum, sulfuric acid, not in the original request. He verbally requested it with me on Monday, 2/6/17. So that's February 6th, 2017. What the hell does he need sulfuric acid for? Tropical shipping to STT. And there's an estimate here. I see $1,044.72. This estimate is based on 7 pallets. And that's 3 by 3 by 3.5 at 500 pounds each. Customs clearance fees, $75. No customs duties if all products made in the USA. And you guys see that total there for $7,769.74. And this is in addition to the freight. This is crazy. What y'all think they need all this sulfuric acid for? I mean, it's just, what the hell? Is that it, Diane? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, that's scary. That is scary. See, Candace brought this on herself. You have located a relative at every single layer of operation here. Let's see. Political, regulatory, infrastructure, logistical. Y'all. The irony analysis. You have found that very person, Candace, who claims to be exposed the elite, is a descendant of the Blyden dynasty, family that literally managed the permits, ports, and politics of the most controversial island in American history. Candace's claim people are suspicious that they have ties to intelligence or powerful figures. Your receipt. Her family is the power structure in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh, that's what VR is. It wasn't Virginia. I'm sorry. It's Virgin Islands. She didn't say she was from the islands, right? Candace. Yeah, if she go home and live stream it, you think a lot of people would know who she is? I mean, you know, as far as her connection to her relatives. If you got relatives that are well connected like this, you can't say you grew up poor. I don't understand how you grew up poor. You couldn't call on none of your relatives to help you pay rent for 7 months. Y'all, her rent was $3,500 a month. And she did not pay rent for 7 months because she needed to have LASIK surgery because of yeast infections. This is crazy. Power structure in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Her great uncle was Navy intelligence. Her other great uncle's name is on the ferry terminal, and her relatives were the plant examiners and shipping agents for Jeffrey Epstein. Candace. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this on the post. Look at this tropical shipping thing. Oh my dear Lord. Oh. Here you go. A tropical. This is a billing slip. Wow. Pool supplies. Yeah. In the Virgin Islands. This is crazy. Oh, y'all see Jasmine Blyden down there. There you go. She works here. Listen, this is stuff you can't hide. This stuff probably would be on record, public records. This is insane. How did you get this stuff? No reply. y'all. No reply is awesome. Oh my God. So here's another email here, just showing you one of the Blytons that works for DPNR. Candace makes it seem like she just grew up poor and broke as hell. Oh no, we struggled and I couldn't afford college. None of your relatives can help you with school. But yet, she claims she has 2 degrees and can't show evidence of either one. Is her last name Blytons, maybe, or Davis? Maybe she changed her name. I don't know. Because I don't understand why can't she produce a degree? She claims she earned 2 degrees. And she has not been able to produce one. Y'all, this is insane. Then you have her grandmother here, Nola Alexis Van Holten Owens, born in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, to Theodore Van Holten and Estella Blyton. She moved to Stamford, Connecticut, where she married Robert Lee Owens Sr. in 1959. And there go Candace's grandparents, whom she claimed raised her. Candace is the granddaughter of Robert Owens Sr. and his wife, was a native of St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and a member of the Blyton family. They're going through a whole records here. And why did she talk about this? Why won't she talk about this? And y'all see here, Nola Owens, both of Stamford, and Luna Nibbs of St. Thomas, and 10 grandchildren. Was at her grandmother's funeral? I see funeral arrangements are incomplete. The Lester G Funeral Home, and then there's an address there. Sunday, July 28, 1991. Or is it the Louise Pritchard, New York, Ida Epps, and Nola Owens, both of Stanford? Okay, I see here. Elijah Blyton, both of New York. So this must have been Nola Owens' mother. Who relative passed here? This is the announcement for a funeral. Y'all, this is crazy. Candace Amber Rose Owens. What? So maybe y'all, when I emailed the school, they said a person with Candace Amber Owens, that name had been awarded a degree, but never said which degree. And it is like I couldn't ask for specific information. All I could do was confirm with the school if a degree was awarded. And they kept telling me to go on there's a website you can go on to actually verify a degree. And I went over that in a separate video, but it's like $25. And you just kind of get a confirmation of degree. So that's always an option for those who really want to go there. Candace, you're not worth me spending $25 on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're just not. It's like $25. It's e-verify or something like that with the degree. And you can just verify if she received a degree. She claims she attended University of Rhode Island. But if she dropped out in her 3rd year, I don't know what year she would have returned and what year she would have completed the degree. So you have to just go based on her name and her date of birth and the name that she used while attending the school. So their response to me was that a person with her name and her date of birth received a degree. I also put that up on the community post. If you guys want to refer to that, I did this last year. Because why else would she not show her degrees? Why would she not show proof of that if she claims she has 2? So if she went under Candace Amber Rose Owens, man, is Rosie? Oh, I'm wondering if that would be the same person. Y'all, this is something else. Candace got a master's degree for Dum Dum. Y'all, No reply saying, I searched all this by hand. No outside help. You are a champion, no reply. I used to use OSINT framework, but now I just do it by myself. You are awesome. Right now, I can pay $25 and get a TikTok degree. Exactly. I'm thinking, oh, I'm so glad you said that, Matter Hatter. I'm thinking Candace might have one of those degrees from that degree meal. You know, same thing that Richie, the one from what's his name? He calls himself a doctor. It's so funny. Rashad Richie that has like all these degrees from these degree mills. Most of them are not real at all. And then he created a fake like verification company that verifies these degrees just so that he can get away with them being fake. Y'all, it is so crazy. All of these scammers are coming down. There's no reason to lie about having a degree. School is hard in and of itself. You went and you completed a 4-year degree. Be proud of that. I don't care if it's journalism, English, bartending. I don't care what it is. But if she claims she dropped out because she couldn't afford to finish, and then she never ever gets past that point, then all of a sudden, the moment she goes on show, and he calls her out on it and told her flat out, you're not an investigative journalist. You have no idea on how to read court documents with being impartial and neutral. And he put her in check. And then she came back, was like, oh, that's right. You told me, girlfriend. And then said, oh, I have 2 degrees. And then when she was asked about it in one of her shows, it was a comment she read. And they said, can you put this to rest? You know, with the degree thing. She said, oh, I have 2 degrees. None of her cult members said, can you show the degrees? None of them. Not one candy ass cult member thought to grow a brain and have their own mindset for 2 minutes and say, can you show us the degrees? Can you show them? You're saying you have 2 degrees. You should be proud of that. 2 degrees. Can you pull them up and show them? Shouldn't they be hanging on the wall behind you? Y'all, she refuses to do it. You can't make this up. Journalism and English. So, yeah, I'm telling you all, this is something else. Who knew? She never talks about her background. Halvor Blyden. Okay, let's see here. This is a news article. Candace, we're learning more about your relatives than you do. New London, Halvor Ernest Blyden, 65 of 71. I'm not going to read the street. Died Saturday at Lawrence and Memorial Hospital. He was the husband of Ernestine Fonzie Blyden. Mr. Blyden was born January 2nd, 1926 in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, the son of Abraham Ernest Blyden and Estella Henley Blyden. He lived in New London for the last 25 years. He was employed at the Electric Boat as a pipe fitter for 3 years, at Pfizer as a chemical operator for 4 years, and at the Submarine Base Medical Center as a maintenance worker until his retirement 3 months ago. You can't make this up. He worked for Pfizer as a chemical operator. Candace, you should be proud of that. At least he's smart. You're not, but he is. You can't make this up. Mr. Blyden was married on January 27 of 47 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Served in the Navy for 22 years. She's got relatives in the military, you all. He served in the United States Navy for 22 years. Retired in 1965 and received a National Defense Service Ribbon and a Good Conduct Medal. He was a member of the Shiloh Baptist Church, where he was a member of the Gospel Chorus and the Make Chorus. That probably should be male chorus. He was also a member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP. He was a member of the NAACP. You know, the same organization that helped Candace get that settlement from her high school because she claimed that some kids sent her a racist text and she got a $35,000 settlement. Y'all remember that from Stanford High School? The NAACP helped her get that settlement. No reply. I know you're proud of me putting the dots together with that. He is someone to be very proud of. He is. He was a member of the NAACP. The same NAACP that helped Candace Amber Rose Owens get a $35,000 settlement after accusing her classmates of racial remarks, evidence to which we have not seen. You can't make this up. Candace, you didn't say your relative was a member of the NAACP. You didn't tell us that. Oh, you didn't tell us that at all. She got $37,500 to close the case. Sources close to the case stated that the two sides agreed to resolve the dispute and enter into a settlement. Under the deal, the Board of Education agreed to pay the family of Candace Owens, now an 18-year-old Stanford High School graduate, $37,500, ending litigation, because she claimed that she received racist voicemails from kids in her school. And here we are reading the NAACP came in and helped and assisted her with this. I'm trying to make sure. You can't make this up. She has a relative who was a member of the NAACP. You can't make this up. The bachelor, hey Candia, apparently the bachelor's completion is under the name Candace Farmer. When I sent the email to the school, I sent them her maiden name, and they said a student with her name indeed received a degree. I didn't send them Farmer because naturally I just assumed that she went back to school before she got married. That could be man. But why would they tell me that a student with her name and date of birth received a degree? I sent them her name and her date of birth. That's so crazy, y'all. Play the voicemail. There's a voicemail? Where? Y'all, this is so weird. Yeah, they sued for low. Yeah, they got $37,500. She was a protege under Ab Shark. Now y'all see why her relative was a member of the NAACP. Candace, you didn't tell anybody that. Why are you sitting here talking about Hitler? You think that this relative, this family member of yours who retired from the U.S. Navy would appreciate you blaming the entire U.S. military of taking out Charlie Kirk? Or that you somehow don't think that Hitler was so bad? You think he would appreciate that? This is how you know she does everything for public relations. It's a stunt for her. This is all a show for her. Her entire life is the complete opposite of what she puts out on her channel. You can't make this up. $37,000. I'm seeing $37,500 in the articles here. $37,500. Y'all, what? I'm gonna drop the link to this information here. The school board paid her ass $37,500. This is crazy. Let me put this link in here so y'all can see it. Because you just can't make this up. And go figure. She's got a relative that is a member of the NAACP. Lord have mercy. Got to be more careful, Candace. This is crazy. I want to interview. Oh, yeah. You said if you had told me she had a degree in performance arts, I would have believed you 100%. Josh, she says she has a degree in journalism and in English. And I couldn't even ask specifically the schools about those degrees. They can only confirm that a degree was awarded. And that was in an email, you all. I didn't get a voicemail. It was an email. I posted that on my community post. I've done at least, 2 videos showing that? From the University of Rhode Island. Where she never said she went back to that school. It's funny how that happens, huh? She never went back to the school or said anything about it. But yet, they confirmed that a degree was awarded to a Candace Amber Owens with her date of birth. What's the chances of another student having that same name and date of birth? I wonder. Candace, do we need to get yearbooks? Because if we look up Candace Amber Owens from the University of Rhode Island with that same date of birth, are we going to see multiple students? Or is it going to be you? Y'all, this is so crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if she used somebody else's name. I'm telling you this right now. That girl probably would go through great lengths to lie like hell. I would not be shocked if it was another student. Like if we saw the yearbook and then we look at Candace Amber Owens and that date of birth and we see it's a totally different student, wouldn't shock me at all. Candace seemed like she would do something like that. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, it's impossible to debunk this info. It's genealogy and in the DOJ files. It's over for her. Candace, you had a relative in the NAACP that was in the U.S. Navy for 22 years. And he worked for Pfizer for 4 years as a chemical operator. You can't make this up. This AIM received a National Defense Service ribbon and a Good Conduct Medal. And you claim people related to politicians and the military and all of that crooked and corrupt. You're the most crooked and corrupt, you dumb liar. What a demon she is. He was a member of the NAACP. God. Besides his wife, he leaves his mother, who lives in St. Thomas, 3 sons, James A. Blyden and Ronald Blyden, both of New London, and Halvor E. Blyden Jr. of Lake Worth, Florida. 2 daughters, Janice Hudson of Waterford and Evelyn D. Blyden of West Haven. 6 brothers. Watch out. Edward, Abraham, Roy, and Joseph Blyden, all of St. Thomas, and Raymond and Elijah, both of New York City. 4 sisters, Louise Pritchett, Ida Epps, and Nola Owens, which is her grandmother, both of Stanford, and Luna Nibbs of St. Thomas, and 10 grandchildren. This is the day, Sunday, July 28th, 1991. Candace, I dare you try to debunk me on this. This is absolutely safe. If nothing else, like No Reply said, you could pull his DOJ records. He got a whole medal as well. Yeah, that's with the Department of Defense too, right? DOD records. I'm sorry, DOD records. Same. I want to get to being. How can we do it? Y'all, can y'all tweet this information out? Oh, I sent you cinema tweets on the show. Okay, cool. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you. And thank you for the $2 super. Can y'all please? Where's Jay Witt? Oh my God. I got to forward him the email. I'm just going to forward it to him. You cannot make this up. Candace, you tried to lie about this. Oh my goodness. Do you mind if I just forward your email over to Jay Witt? No reply. Let me know. Because I'll just forward it as one email and then include you in it. if you don't mind. You can't make this up. Candace, you are so screwed. She tried to lie about this. Let's go to the next one, y'all. These are my snippets. Y'all, that's it. Shout out to No Reply. Oh my goodness. No problem at all. Cool. I'm gonna forward the whole email over to Jay Witt after this live. Candace, you tried to play everybody like a fool. Let me pull this up. Y'all, we gotta get to I want to see Cinema Shoguns. Okay, hold on. I watched Candace today, so you don't have to. Thank you so much, Melinda. Let me retweet that and repost. Oh, good God. Y'all, this supposed to be Ian Carroll? Why do I keep forgetting that guy exists? Right out of his ass. Okay, here we go. Candace Owens has now sent her lapdog, Ian Carroll, to cry under all my posts. She thinks weaponizing people with large followings against me will intimidate me, but that should stop. She isn't stopping anything. I go max. Candace, kick rocks, girl. I'm retweeting this. Oh, that is priceless. Okay. Here we go. I watched Candace Owens today, so you don't have to. Candace starts with the show saying a woman with no experience took over TPUSA, rambles about TPUSA, all things she said before, says feds haven't told us anything that makes sense because they're not spearheading the investigation. Candace, you dumb alien. The feds are not spearheading the investigation of Charlie Kirk's assassination. That is for the state AG. How many times does she have to be told that? It's so simple. Candace, it's the simplest thing for you to remember. Write it down in your hand. And every time you think you want to talk about Fed slap, look at your hand where you wrote down the feds are not spearheading the assassination investigation into Charlie Kirk. The feds aren't investigating it at all. That is for the state of Utah to do. Why does she said this on her show after she met with Erica Kirk in Tennessee? And it's like she forgot she said that and just reverts back to the dumb nonsense that the candy ass cult members are rooting her on for. Yeah, Fed slop. They have nothing to do with it. They're not going to tell you anything when they have nothing to do with it themselves. They're not investigating it. And the candy ass, brainless, moronic group of cult members refuse to just write it down themselves. The feds aren't investigating this. What are we doing? That's not their jurisdiction. They will provide assistance if need be, but they're not spearheading any of this. Give the state AG a little bit more credit than this as the prosecutors to bring forth this criminal matter to the court in Utah where the actual crime was committed. That's not the FBI's case. It's the dumbest thing ever. So no, you're not going to get anything from them because they have nothing to tell you, dumbass Candace. You can't make this up. Says people who say you shouldn't attack grieving widows are the same as people saying trust the science during COVID. Girl, when did COVID happen? Why are you still on that? Find something else new to talk about. The dumb alien crashes on our planet. She doesn't tell us that any of her relatives are with the NAACP where they aided in helping her get a settlement for claims that we have not seen evidence to prove. I would love to interview those people that she accused. I want to interview them. You can't make this up. Candace, I have a feeling you lied like hell. Makes more COVID comparisons because COVID. Doesn't mention that she takes money to promote COVID medication. Of course she wouldn't. Rants about people calling her demonic. Candace, you're a demon, a dumb one. Fumes over me pointing out who her manager is. I told you she watches my page. She watches all of us. Candace, you are bad at this. And no reply is all mine. You can't have them. No reply. You might want to be careful with your research. She might want you to become one of her mommy sleuths. I am not sharing no reply with you, Candace. Get your own. Hell no. Oh, man, we got you, bro. We got you, no reply. We're not going to let her take you. The X-Files Candace has some crazy control over YouTube. She's a demon that seems to have info on everyone. Yeah, she's just doxing everybody. Oh, my good Lord, y'all. You can't make this up. Yeah, no replies all hours in the LLC, okay? Candace is so jealous. She doesn't have anybody that can do research like this. Candace, you have a relative that was a Navy, was in the U.S. Navy for 22 years. Why aren't you bragging on that? You're saying, I'm proud of all the people in my family that served in the military. Oh, good Lord. Let's see here. Says now she's going to do a season 2 and 3 about Erica because she's obsessed, not because she reads. Reads a post from an investigative journalist trashing Erica, calling her a psychopath. Says Erica unified the right and the left to be against her. Candace, no, you're just a dumb demon. Says German mystical Jews came up with this psychology. Says this trauma-based mind control. Rambles about MK Ultra. Says the president of France is suing her over MK Ultra. Never mind the fact you said that Brigitte Macron was born a man and you lied like hell. Yeah, never mind any of that. God, you can't make this stuff up, Candace. Honey, no one's suing you because of MK Ultra. You're the only one that cares about that. Says Erica lies, but she doesn't know if Erica is aware she's lying because she can't prove that Erica lied about anything. God. Starts insinuating that Erica has been MK Ultra'd. Says she reached out with 4 questions to Erica. Starts questioning Erica's mother's faith. Says she's been married 4 times. Talks about Erica's mother's past relationships. Talks about Erica's dad being a stay-at-home dad for a couple years. Hold on. I think we saw this episode. Oh my God. Cinema Shoguns is awesome. He took time. Look, let's get down to the bottom. 1 Macron rant, 2 admissions that her facts are just speculation because they're not facts. Because, the cult members don't know the definition of the word fact or speculation. As a matter of fact, speculation is 4 syllables. They're not trying to pronounce that. It's too hard for them. They're like, what is that? Too many syllables. Get another word, Candace. You can't say speculation. They will not look that up. They won't even listen past spec you. They're going to get in spec you and that's it and then tune out. You got to get it with 2 syllable words or less and then make it quick. Oh, good Lord. Countless Erica Kirk yearbook photos, which is disgusting, by the way, because she was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade. Not a grown ass, like she wasn't over 21 from college or something. She was an underage minor. Candace, you should be ashamed of yourself, you dumb demon. Y'all, Candace is right now just seancing Satan herself and listening to demons squeal. That's what's happening with her. Can't make this up. 0 evidence shown, complete waste of time. Oh, good Lord. Is there another one? Oh, man. Yeah, we must thank Cinema Shogun. Make sure you check him out. Let's see here. What's the day? February 26th. That was the one from Wednesday. Okay, here we go. I see something from 26. Okay. I watched Candace Owens today, so you don't have to. She starts the show saying she spoke to one of Erica's ex-boyfriends because she's so jealous of Erica Kirk. She wants to talk to her exes now. If they end up in George's closet, I'm going to have a big problem with that. To Erica Kirk's ex-boyfriends, will you all stop talking to this dumb demon? Why are you entertaining her? How much is she paying you people? Because she claims everyone else is getting paid $7,000 with no proof of that at all. Candace, where's my money? Pay me my $7,000 an hour, you dumb heifer. You can make this up. Your cult member said you were going to give me the money while Israel works it out. Whatever they're doing. Can't make this up. Says he told her an interesting story. Says everyone she spoke to from when they knew Erica as a kid says she's different now. You know, because she grew up and got married. Can't make this up. Proceeds to tell a story that isn't interesting at all. Something about a dream Erica had about her granddad when she was younger, dating this anonymous boyfriend Candace is speaking to. Yeah, she never. What? Tells people to read about Aleister Crowley. Says elites practice magic because that's what Candace does. You know, as well as grabbing other women's behinds. Candace, why were you grabbing that woman's buttocks like that? And then you were just so happy to do it. There's a photo out here, you kissing another woman. Candace, why don't you just live in your truth? You know, I mean, is it your fault that George is in the closet and he pulled you into this lavender marriage? Why are you two faking the vote? It's like Rock Hudson and the woman he married. Y'all know, anyone know the name of the lady that Rock Hudson married? That's the epitome of a lavender marriage. The epitome of it. Rock Hudson was gay, passed away from AIDS. He had a whole boyfriend. And yet he married a female to give the impression that he was heterosexual. And sometimes these lavender marriages, people do have these kids because they got to go all the way there. Let's not have anybody wonder if we're straight or gay. Even though Candace says everything is fake and gay. Who says stuff like that? Candace, that's not something that normal, like anyone says. Only people like you say this stuff. You know, dumb demons that squeal in the middle of the night and pee in the bed. Rock Hudson married Phyllis Gates. Y'all, Toomey gets 10 points. Thank you so much. Rock Hudson married Phyllis Gates. So Candace, Amber Owens, is it Rose Owens, and George Farmer, George, are the new age Rock Hudson and Phyllis Gates, except Phyllis Gates likes women. Because Candace grabbing that woman's buttocks like that, boy, she had a chocolate ass in her hand. You can't make this up. It took a photo to my, yeah. Candace, stop lying to yourself, acting like you didn't like that. They kissing on other women in other photos. Y'all, it is ridiculous. So Rock Hudson and Phyllis Gates has now become Candace, Amber Owens, Rose Owens, Farmer, and George Farmer. That lavender marriage, you know, the worst thing is, you know, these two clowns sitting here having all these kids in this. It's poor kids. I only feel bad for the children. That's it. Oh, my good God. And she seems to know a whole lot about what elites do, considering the fact that her and George combined are worth $244 million damn dollars. US dollars, not British pounds. George, when the hell are you going to just leave this country? We're going to deport you up out of here. Take Candace with you. You can't make this up. Says they summoned demons with S party. What the hell? This is so gross. Candace, that's what George did in the boys club. You know, the Bullingdon Club. That's what they did. They also smashed restaurants and broke, you know, plates and glass and cups and stuff. Did they ever pay these restaurants for all that property damage? George, many restaurants should have sued the hell out of you and your dumbass friends for tearing up their dang on restaurants in their place of establishment. This is what the Bullingdon Club, y'all. We went over a couple videos from, was it Edie Lowe? We watched a couple of those documentary series, which they go over the whole Bullingdon Club, the history of it, what they're infamous for. That's what they do. They go around smashing restaurants. But then people are scared to call the police on them or sue their asses into oblivion because, you know, boys club. It's something money, something, that's it. You know, Diane Hattie McDaniel. Gary makes great content and I respect it if it doesn't line up, but Candace's side is really organized. I mean, honestly, yeah. It's like when they get down to this, you know, conspiracy theory, it's like they all of the little, you know, demonic demon babies just line up and they start squealing together in unison. And then they start pushing all this nonsense out all over YouTube and X and Instagram and Facebook. You know, all these bots that Candace is paying for. I did say that she should have upgraded her robots. Candace, can you upgrade these bots so they can spell your name correctly? They still don't. Candace, Cadence, Karen. Next is going to be chlamydia. I'm just going to start calling her chlamydia. So she somehow chlamydia knows that they summon demons with sex parties. Like, you know, because elites do this stuff. Like, what the hell? Yet she wanted to be in Hollywood so bad. Tells her producer Ashley to explain the invisibility charm. That's so demonic. Takes shots at Elon Musk, you know, because reasons. Says Bill Gates is in the Epstein files. Says she is poor middle class, so she could never have his position. What do you mean? You were $244 million, chlamydia. Tells fans to stop thinking others are smarter than them. Candace, this is what I say to you all. She keeps stealing my quips. Her being the narcissist that she is, chlamydia, listen to me. You are a narcissist, and you have to be the smartest person in the room. Of course, your cult members are dumber than you. I gave you that credit. What's funny is that the candy-ass cult members are dumb enough to go along with that. Like, yeah, we're going to keep being stupid for chlamydia. Candace, Karen, Cadence. Klingon, you can't make this out. They choose to be dumb for her, and then they parrot her talking points all over social media as if they don't have a brain or can read. You know, because Candace, Clarence, chlamydia, she doesn't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. She said that herself. That came out of her mouth. Candace, I will play that clip in court. I wish you would. The idiot literally said, I don't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. I couldn't believe it. I was like, who says that? That's not the best thing to say if you want to present yourself as the smartest person in the room. We're talking about an alphabet and a number. All right, chlamydia. It rants about military psyops because she's one. says they wanted us to watch Charlie be killed. No! Who that is so evil, Candace. Chlamydia. Oh, Lord. Whatever personality you got shining through other than your demonic side coming through right now. Candace. No one is going to just sit and watch videos of Charlie Kirk be killed over and over again. Just because you want to be proud of your work does not mean that we want to see that on auto repeat. Why would she want people to watch him be killed over and over again? It is absolutely gruesome. Chlamydia, you are absolutely gross and disgusting and infectious in every way. And I speak to you as a person and as a you being the STD that you are. Oh, y'all, we got a new name for her. Chlamydia. God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. Oh, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Oh, Matter Hatter says, nah, this isn't mental illness. It's mental gymnastics. She has taken great care to start framing her attacks in a way that she can't be legally held responsible. You don't do that when you're crazy, child. Oh, she can be sued. She can be sued. Go in there and pretend like you're crazy and you've lost your mind if you want to, Candace. They will order you to a psych eval and determine you to be fit for a trial. And then that'll just clear that up. Yeah, keep pretending like you're crazy, chlamydia. Candace. You know, you might have a better shot telling them that you're an alien. Or demon possessed. Like you can just go in and just tell the truth, tell them you're demon possessed. Candace is a whole demon. She's not even possessed. She's just a demon in human skin. Can't make this up. Oh my God. That's why she started referencing articles and opinion pieces from other sources. Yeah, she tried to do that with the Macrons, and then they was like, nah. I said, girl, no, we'll see you in court. Candace, you have court coming up April 26th. Your dumb ass better be there. Oh my God. Says that they did this so they could harass our emotions and get us to support Erica. You don't have to support her, but you could just leave her alone and stop obsessing over her. Klingon. Candace, Klingon, Chlamydia, Candice, Karen, Cadence. You could leave Erica alone. Complete alone. You don't pay her bills. You don't have to pay her mortgage. You don't have to take care of her kids or buy food or clothes or shoes or pay for their medical expenses or daycare or education. You have no effect in the Erica Kirk household. None. She doesn't need you to pay the light bill, gas bill, water bill, buy food, groceries, nothing. You are a non-MFing factor in the world of Erica Kirk. You keep forcing and inserting yourself into her world. It's almost like by any means necessary. This is why I said I don't put it past Chlamydia to sit here and go out her way to do something to Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk, I mean Candace Owens. You can't make this up. So the STD is just ranting on in these series, y'all. If you don't laugh at this clown, you'll be mad and having a headache. And I get people, I'm not giving her a view on these stupid series because I didn't watch the Brigitte Macron series. I don't need to. They're suing her and they're going to win. She's already admitted that she defamed them. She's just trying to force them to dismiss the case and bring it to Tennessee, and then knowing that the timely filing limit would have already expired. No. Candace, you're not that smart, and you have 3 attorneys to prove that they're not smart either for representing your dumb ass. You can't make this up. Who needs 3 attorneys for this? Yeah, keep living, girl. Says it's crazy people are defending Erica, because Candace, people don't like demons or STDs, something you seem to be both of. Rambles and repeats everything she said yesterday. Says Army Corps of Engineers are engineering society. Are they, Candice? Candice. Starts ranting about Erica's deceased family members. What? Talks about Dr. Jerry Fratse, a woman who died 2 years ago. Oh. Says Erica's dad married a Mormon once. Jerry got... Who is Jerry? Who knows? What the hell? Holy freaking useless information, Batman. She's been ranting about Erica's deceased family members' lives for 10 minutes, saying nothing of value at all. Says one of Erica's dead relatives was a bookkeeper, but she doesn't know who she worked for, so it must be somewhere powerful. It's ridiculous. Who cares? Literal slop. Name drops MK Ultra again. Spends a few minutes acting as if it's a conspiracy that one of Erica's dead relatives worked at Quaker Oats. Candice, that's why people are looking up your familiar past, your genealogy, what your relatives did. The fact that you pretty much had an insider in the NAACP to help you swindle a board of education out of $37,500. Because I haven't seen any evidence that someone sent racially anything, motivated anything to you. Text, videos, voicemails, don't care. You can't make this up. Says we'll never know if Erica's dead relative was involved because, they're dead. After purposefully going over the story as if they were. Another lengthy word salad about Dr. Jerry Fratse. Says she worked for people from France. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay. So in the end, Candace is still an idiot, and now she's a growing STD named Chlamydia. Zero evidence, complete waste of time. Shout out to Cinema Shogun. Let's get to some videos because, MilkBar did some new ones.
Which brings me to dreams, by the way.
Let's get to it. All right, y'all put a 1 in the chat where you can see in here. I'm just going to let these videos play back to back because they're awesome. And we love MilkBar. Shout out to him. Make sure you guys go and support him. These are 2 shorts, one of which is brand new, and then the other one I have not seen. So let's get to it.
Which brings me to dreams, by the way. A dream that I had, a very vivid dream, whereupon Charlie told me that he had been betrayed. And so he's been betrayed. That's it. Loving your emails, telling me about your dreams. People in Turning Point had dreams. There was one young woman who emailed me and said, Candace, I just have to tell you, the week leading up to this, I had a very vivid dream about so-and-so at the company and 6 snakes that were around him. And there was many people who dreamed for whatever reason, the number 6 was in their dreams in terms of the weapon, whatever it was 6 that was appearing. And so I'm kind of going by a vibe that there may be 6 people who betrayed him by the end of this because there was one too many dreams to that effect from people around the world. One more.
Candace, Chlamydia. We know when you're lying like hell. And you're not good with winging it. Why don't you stick to your dumb script? I know when you're off script because you start looking away. Who knows what you're looking at on this fake laptop? Just stick to your dumb script. You can't make this up. And George Farmer is standing behind a camera letting all this crap happen. If she's chlamydia, he's got to be what? Herpes? You can't make this.
Morning, he would often, I guess, speak to Erica about how close he was with his grandfather. His grandfather had already passed. He's dating Erica, and she's getting to know him and his life and the things that matter to him. He says that one morning, Erica wakes up and she tells him that his grandfather, who has passed and who he adored, came to her in a dream with a message. And he just thought that was quite odd. I thought that was an interesting story. It tells us a little bit about Erica because that is a psychology of sorts. It kind of reminds me of when Meghan Markle.
Well, why is it psychology when you sit here talking about dreams and astral projection? So chlamydia and gonorrhea are sitting here creating these scripts for her pre-recorded show. Two dumb, disgusting STDs roaming the earth in the United States of America. Can you believe it? Living in Tennessee. We need to have these two deported. They got to get the hell up out of here. Yeah, it's like a plague.
Would spray Diana's perfume on to sort of attract Harry. We're learning a lot more about Erica and her psychological profile. I've been telling you guys, I have been having a lot of dreams. Pulled my children out of school. I was having this dreams and visions about bees. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, is suing me for merely mentioning MK Ultra on Tim Dillon's show. How bizarre. Brigitte Trogneux was born April 13th, 1953. Ironically, the same date that the MK Ultra program came into existence. Speaking of MK Ultra, oh wait, we didn't speak about MK Ultra yet. But the first book we're going to be reading is Chaos, and some of those themes may be relevant as we go along with this series. Brigitte Macron was born. It's also the same day that the CIA's MK Ultra program was born. Owens turned her gaze towards President Macron to begin seeding her eventual claim that he is the product of MK Ultra or a similar government control program. You can see that's not in quotations. I never said that. Emmanuel Macron spent a ton of time isolated throughout his childhood. I would experiment psychologically through isolation, through drugs, LSD, drugging people to see if they could get them.
Candace, chlamydia. Oh man, that yeast infection has rotted your brain. You forget that you record yourself in these videos. Never mind the fact that they exist, because we understand you're in some alternate reality where you've lost your mind. The Macrons will help you find it when you go to court. Make sure your ass is in that courtroom in April on the 26th on time. You can go in and dress like your granny, or you can wear a nice suit, whatever. But be in court. All this stuff you saying, go to court. That's it. You don't know what this lawsuit is about? Take your ass to court. I don't expect you to skip court because you are so aloof as to what's happening and you don't know what's happening. You don't know why you're being sued. Go to court and find out. Stop whining and crying about the lawsuit and just go to court. And don't cry when Erica Kirk sues the hell out of you too. And TPUSA. Many others should be following suit as well. Don't worry about whether Candace can afford the judgment. Just sue her. Whether she can or can't, it's the principle of the situation. Oh, she'll learn not to mess with you anymore. Everything you say and do, Candace, will be used against you in the court of law. Chlamydia. It will be. That's it. Just go to court. You don't understand what's happening in reality here on earth. Fine. Find out in court the hard way. Y'all, this is insane.
To commit crimes or to commit other acts unwittingly. Essentially trying to establish a Manchurian candidate. Somebody that responds to cues, does what they want them to do without question. Wondering if they could control, and using this, by the way, as a weapon of sorts. And then also recognize that the majority of the documents pertaining to that program were destroyed. So we don't know just how global that program went. Just off the bat, his father, Jean-Michel Macron, was a psychiatrist. And yes, of course, we know for a fact that psychiatrists have done some evil things. We talked about the upbringing of Kamala Harris, the upbringing of Barack Obama, these people being raised by their grandparents at a time when we know that the MK Ultra program was running. And
oh, it's so crazy that you mentioned being raised by grandparents. Candace, so were you. You were raised by your grandparents. You can't make this up. See, when you start digging into other people, they digging into you. Guess what? Things start to fall in place. Your parents got divorced. You were raised by your grandparents. One of your relatives was a member of the NAACP. And somehow, you managed to get $37,000 out of the Board of Education up there in Connecticut. You can't make this up. And for what? This is the same person who didn't want to pay rent for 7 months because, yeast infection and black mold.
There is something very, very wrong there. Too many comparisons is what I would say. Why is the president of France so concerned about that conversation being opened up?
Now, Alex, this next topic is sensitive.
Like, even Sky News is saying incredibly jealous. Candace Owens faces backlash over Erica Kirk documentary. Sky News Australia is calling her out. Can you make this? You can't make this up. They also told Candace Owens to stay at the hell out of their country too. Oh my good Lord. Candace, you're catching it from all over.
I know how close you were to Charlie Kirk, but another friend of his, someone who was very close to him, Candace Owens, is releasing a series focusing on his widow, Erica Kirk, and it doesn't look like it's going to be complimentary.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building after being shot at Utah Valley University. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't get to give him a kiss goodbye.
That young man, I forgive him.
Alex, that's a preview of the series that's going to be called Bride of Charlie. It's going to start later this month. What's your reaction to this entire project?
Well, it would take me an hour to give you all my opinions on it, but I'll just say this much. Erica Kirk had nothing to do with her husband's death. That is just ludicrous to think that she would be involved whatsoever with killing Charlie. So just if you put that aside, what is the motivation for Candace to come out with this? And yes, she is very popular. She's getting, a lot of views. But to me, Rita, and I'm not trying to be out of school when I say this, Candace was a big part of Turning Point at the beginning of it. She was close with Charlie. And this is just what I speculate. She is incredibly jealous that Erica is now the CEO of this thing. Yep. And I think that she is really sad that she is not the leader of it. And I've heard multiple times, I don't watch all of Candace's show, but I've seen multiple clips of her saying, Turning Point USA should hire me. So this is a jilted lover. And I'm not saying that her and Charlie had that type of relationship, but she feels like she should be the CEO and she sees Erica as the CEO. And so that is why she's attacking her, because I truly believe Candace knows that Erica didn't have anything. She knows that Erica did not plan her husband's death. That's just ludicrous. That's insane. So I think what's happening now is that she's jealous that she is not leading Turning Point, which she was there, at the beginning. She was very close to Charlie, did help build it up. So to me, I think a lot of this comes from jealousy, because you can criticize Charlie. He was criticized. And now that she's CEO, I think that, sadly, she's going to be fair game. She's going to get critiqued. But to accuse her of killing her husband, that crosses the line, in my opinion.
Alex Stein, thank you so much for your time tonight.
They're like, oh, hell no. Y'all give it up for Jay Witt. Like I said, we're not watching Candace's show. I'm not doing it. All right. I want to thank all of you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all so far hanging out with me. And it's been hard during the week to get this stuff in, but I'll email you all the stuff I sent the LLC, the S-Files. Please do. Y'all, let's get this information out. And I'm going to forward it over to Jay Witt as well. S-Files, if you get it and you beat me to it, great. That'll be emails coming from both of us to Jay Witt. Because hopefully he can get this over to Gary, to Gary at Paramount Tactical. Edie Lowe, all the content creators need to be watching this. Sky News just called Candace jealous. She's jealous of Erica Kirk. It's so easy to see that, Candace. You dumb White Walker. You would think an alien would get the point. No, Candace, you being the dumb demon you are, you still letting this go over your head. You have people looking into your genealogy because they're sick of you attacking somebody you don't even have to be bothered with. She doesn't pay your bills. Erica Kirk have nothing to do with you in your life. She could literally live the rest of her life. You never utter her name again. And she would be happy and at peace. But at this point, she just sue you. But no one told you to do this. Your don't coat base is going to cause you to get another lawsuit. Then you'll be asking them to fund your attorney's fees. Like they're doing with the Macron lawsuit that you're going to lose. Can't make this up. This is where we are now. You have news reporters in other countries calling Candace jealous of Erica Kirk. Rightfully so. Watch out. Thank y'all so much. Let's get we got a couple supers up in here. Thank y'all. I want to make sure I got you all in. Candace, fantastic content creator, fantastic mod here in the LLC. Are you content creator? You got a channel too? Yeah, I want to support my mods with their channels as well. Candace has been a member for 10 months. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got the 5 that came in for Candace as well about her bachelor's degree. I have to look into that, actually. That's a good point. Perhaps she went back to school after she got married. Or maybe she just bought the damn degree for $100. Her and Rashad Ritchie got to be up to something. And then we got Melinda with the 2 regarding Cinema's tweets on the shows. So thank y'all so much for the supers. Let's get back to it. LLC, S-Files music video. I emailed it. S-Files, you did another music video. How you doing, honey? Did I miss S-Files in here? Savs, how you doing? So many people up in here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Please play S-File video. We will. Yeah, Ami did a video. Oh, okay. Let me make sure I add that to the list. And let me point this out before we get started on J-Wit, right? So there's a comment in the Scientology live that we got set up for tomorrow for Scientology Sunday. We're going to be talking about the ties with Scientology, TPUSA, and Candace. Gary did a live on that as well. I'm glad people are actually talking about the Scientology cult and its connection with Candace, because it's starting to look so apparent that there's some close connection with it. I'm just waiting for her to come out and say she joined Scientology today. And I've been saying that. And then, of course, we're just looking into all the various cults and stuff and how easy it is to be bamboozled by these cults and the cult of personality, especially with social media. But I was asked about whether or not Candace applied with the board to be CEO of TPUSA. Wouldn't that be an interesting twist if she actually submitted something to the board to be the CEO? And she still can't give us her alibi? Because Candace, we suspect you have something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. You're the only one financially benefiting from it the most. Yep. Your views, likes, clicks, and subs, money, sponsors. The idea that you thought you would be reuniting with him on the stage. And this was just an interesting point and a good question that was posed. And I said, let me look this up. So I Googled it. CEO appointment at TPUSA after Charlie Kirk's death. It says here there was no formal application process for the CEO role at TPUSA. After Charlie Kirk's assassination, the position was filled through a unanimous board election of his widow, Erica Kirk. Following Charlie Kirk's killing on September 10, 2025, the TPUSA board announced that it had unanimously appointed Erica Kirk as both CEO and chair of the board. The board stated that Charlie had repeatedly told colleagues and executives that Erica should lead if anything happened to him, and that he had worked to ensure the organization was prepared to survive such an event. Erica Kirk, 36, is a political science graduate from Arizona State University, former Miss Arizona USA, and faith-driven entrepreneur and podcast host. See, Charlie Kirk knew what he was doing. Either he knew how to pick him or he didn't. Which one is it? Candace Chlamydia. You said that he was a genius. He was smart. He had everything lined up. I's dotted, T's crossed. Somehow, he wasn't smart enough to marry the right person, have good friends, or know who to pick as a successor in the event of his untimely death. Wouldn't it be something if she actually tried, if Candace actually tried to appeal to the board to be CEO? Wouldn't that be something else? I want y'all to think about this for a second. Think about her trying to reunite with Charlie Kirk on the stage and then realizing that's not going to happen. And then she snaps and loses her mind. Next thing you know, her and George doing something over there in Utah. No one knows where the hell they are. No one is asking for their alibi or demanding it except me. I've been asking for the last 2 months. Bold enough to say, I suspect Candace Owens and George Farmer had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. What would be her motivating factor? What would be the intent? Her feeling and believing that she is entitled, get this keyword, entitled, to get back on the stage of TPUSA. And because she believes that everyone will see her as someone who could have been the next successor had she not been fired or breached the contract like she always does. Then she figures in her mind, let me get rid of him. It's only so much she can do with a podcast when she has nothing to talk about. And she's not that smart or creative. And she knows weaponizing Charlie Kirk's assassination is only going to get her but so far. He didn't pick her. He didn't marry her. He didn't want to be with her. And then he jokes about reuniting with her on the stage because I didn't take that seriously at all. But she did. And then when she realizes, okay, this is not going to happen, so you don't want me to come back to TPUSA? And didn't say that she was still under contract with them. She didn't tell anybody that. It came out. I didn't know that. I'm be honest. I did not know she was still under contract with TPUSA. And says at least twice she wants to be on their payroll. She wants them to give her a retainer. And not only that, they acquired Blexit. You know, that other 501c3 that she ran down in the ground by a negative $1.72 million. Can you imagine her going to the board saying, hey, I think it would be best if I became CEO of TPUSA? And they unanimously told her, kick rocks, you dumb chlamydia. That is not even a thought. Hell no. And now she takes her venom out on TPUSA and Erica Kirk. Can you imagine it? All of that because she was vying this position. What if she did reach out to them and they told her no? And we all know Candace does not like to be rejected. You know, because aliens from another planet think they're entitled to whatever it is on Earth. And think about this. How ironic is it that George Farmer was the former chairman of TPUK? So him having this high-ranking position, she was practically Charlie Kirk's right-hand man. You know, because to her, everything's fake and gay, so I don't feel bad calling her a man. And she still does not get the position, the money, and the attention that she truly wants. So since she can't get it by way of Charlie Kirk, let me remove him out the way, and then me and George get it. He knows the ropes. He knows how it works in the TPUK sector. He's not completely foreign to the concept of Turning Point USA. And they just so happen to have acquired Blexit. Can you imagine it? And for her to sit here and to try to go out and, if she can't have the CEO position, let me attack the person in the position and erode and degrade their character until there's nothing left, until people are begging for TPUSA to give me the title. Because see, Charlie wasn't going to bring her back on stage with him. Hell no. He knew what demonic nonsense he was dealing with her. But yet she goes out of her way to keep us from knowing she still was under contract with them. And she is infamous for violating contracts. She is infamous for breaching a contract. And I'm saying this now we get to see full scope, the intent of why she would be involved, quite possibly could be involved and connected to Charlie Kirk's assassination and wants to take away any attention from it. What would George Farmer and Tyler Robinson have in common? Tyler Robinson could be someone that George Farmer knew or became acquainted with. Figured he would say, you know what? I'll pay you X amount of dollars. And then I'll let my lavender wife say and do whatever she can to try to throw off investigators, prosecutors, TPUSA, the public. She's really good with repainting a narrative. Throw enough benefit of the doubt in, reasonable doubt in, question all the evidence, question all of the text messages, your whereabouts, giving him a whole new timeline of events after the assassination. Like she's giving him an out, as if cameras don't exist. And that's the one thing Candace did not really fully expect or think about. Wherever Tyler Robinson went after that, to any establishment, there are cameras. You would have to prove he drove out the way to go have steak after eating some food at Dairy Queen or wherever he went to, Taco Bell, whatever it was. She never acknowledges the videos of him climbing down the side of the building. She only talks about him scaling up the building like Spider-Man. No, he walked up some stairs, dummy. All of that is on camera. Never mind the DNA evidence. Nope. If she can invoke enough reasonable doubt to taint the jury pool, what's the chances of Tyler Robinson getting off? Now you've aided in this assassination plot, and the killer is getting away. You keep trying to blame the investigation on the FBI when they're not spearheading it at all. Meanwhile, you're attacking the person in the position you want, and you're trying to take back your revenge on the board because they unanimously voted for Erica Kirk and not you. Never mind if Charlie Kirk may have had a last will and testament. Never mind that. He could have had a living will. He could have had something in writing. Forget the journal. She wants everybody to focus on the journal. If that journal had to be challenged, it's still something in writing that can be presented to the court of law. But I don't think he just did not get a last will and testament in place. That kind of goes hand in hand with, life insurance. Get your medical advance director together. Living will, last testament, make sure you have that in order. Have an affidavit, have it signed and notarized. If you have an attorney, make sure it's a copy filed with the attorney. You think he had all this money, he had this TPUSA, all these subsidiaries, and he didn't have a living will and testament or a last will and testament? He didn't have anything in writing that an attorney can use to say this is his last wishes? Seriously? And she wants to overlook the possibility that that could very well exist. Because anything she can do to try to attack the board, how dare you unanimously vote for Erica Kirk? And you had a couple other content creators say, she would have been probably the next person, but look how she's acting. That it's not far-fetched that she wanted this. It's not far-fetched that she could have been eyeing the position before he died. Because remember, she was supposed to, in her mind, in her world, reunite with him on the stage. I believe Dave Rubin when he said that she was ranting and raving about how much she hated him for a whole hour over chicken parmesan. I believe that. Funny how she didn't debunk it. I don't recall her debunking it. Y'all recall her debunking it? He said, if you want to know, ask her about the chicken parm. So now she's been rejected by Charlie Kirk by not being reunited. Whatever text message she came up with, let's say is real. He was not serious. Because he would have already done that if he wanted to be reunited with her. He was not serious about that at all. And she took that as a slight. She was embarrassed. She grew angry. She thought about it all the time. She tried to get his attention. He ignored her ass like she didn't exist. She wanted to be with him. She was in love with him. She wanted to marry him. She wanted to be Mrs. TPUSA. And not only does he say no, like she said, oh, how ironic, he's killed before I can reunite with him on the stage. She said that in an episode that came out of her mouth. So it's as if she's more upset about the fact that she didn't get to reunite with him. And maybe since she knew she still had a contract with them, be back on their payroll. And she would have definitely tried to compete with Erica Kirk to be CEO. And you have some people that would throw support behind her being CEO if she was back on their payroll before he died. And then you turn around and get rejected by the board, Candace. See, I don't have to sit here and just come up with dumb shit. I can theorize based on a set of facts and evidence. Based on the things you've said. Based on the things you're not saying. And what you're neglecting. And how hard and heavy you're trying to undermine the investigation and the trial with Tyler Robinson. Being the murder suspect. Being the one charged. Oh, look, they couldn't even get it right. They didn't even arrest him right away. Why didn't they? In an event like that, she doesn't care what happens. Her whole goal, let me undermine it by any means necessary. Also, that she can be the CEO and chair of the board. And now she's mad. Perhaps you sent them a letter and they said no. Now she's been rejected again. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if Candace, Amber Owens, Owens Farmer was connected to it with George Farmer. They have more than enough motive. So let me show you all this right quick. This was sent to me. Now, I don't have Facebook, but this was sent to me. I think this was tagged to me on X, or one of you guys emailed it to me. I want y'all to look at this. You all see this? Candace Owens was listed on the team as chair of Brexit. And this was posted up September 19, 2025. 9 days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. She was listed on here as chair of Brexit. So when did they change the name of Brexit? Because this was the website for TPUSA. They had her listed as chair of Brexit. And this is as of September 19, 2025. Yeah, this is something else. So you all see here, She had more than enough motive. If she really wanted to have something to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination, Candace, of all people, would have more than enough motive to have some connection to it. And yet, no one knows where the hell she was or where was George Farmer on September 8th, 9th, 10th, or 11th. She could have recorded her show anywhere. That's the beauty of social media. She could be anywhere with the same backdrop. This is who we're dealing with here. The sinister, evil, vile demon operating out of jealousy and envy and vindication and revenge. Cold-hearted, calculated murder. More than enough motive and intent, Candace. You can't make this up. So I just want to get those two pieces of things out there before we get back to our videos. But you all see here, Candace she's so dead set on going out of her way to try to discredit TPUSA and Erica Kirk in every sense of the word, blasting the board. You imagine what type of CEO she would have been? God awful. They dodged a bullet with her. But for her to say she wants people to see Charlie Kirk be killed over and over again is sick and twisted. It's sick. She takes delight in that. Who wants to see something gruesome like that happened on national television over and over again? She does. She's already said it. She says she's obsessed with it. She's seen dozens of videos about it in various angles. Well, child, I will try to just kind of stew on that for a minute and think about that. No alibi. We have no idea of her whereabouts, George Farmer whereabouts. He would be able to maneuver all over UVU undetected, because who would think to look for him? Y'all, you can't make this up. Something else. Now she's doing astral projections. You can't make this up. All right, y'all. Shout out to Jay Witt. I don't want to hold you all too long. I thank you all so much for tuning in. I just wanted to get some of these videos in. Great content that's been put out regarding, the dumb demon. And let's get to this. This is, Jay Witt. I noticed he has not gone live either. I can't give Candace this view, this series she's doing. It's just absolutely demonic and it's sick and twisted. We have a whole Bible that says to leave widows alone. And it's disturbing to the soul that she's doing this so gleefully and happily. Never mind the Bible and what the scriptures state when it comes to widows. Never mind that. So I can't partake in it. I just can't do it. And I'm sure probably is the same thing with Deacon here. Jay Witt probably feels the same way. It's the next level of sickness. Put a 1 in the chat where you can see in here. Let's go.
Grace and peace, everybody. Shout out to the big homie, Cinema Shogun, over there on X as well as over here on YouTube. He does a summary of the Candace Owens debauchery. And I'm going to use this today to springboard and just to talk about. So what does he say here? He says, I watched Candace Owens today, so you don't have to. Candace starts the show saying a woman with no experience took over TPUSA. Rambles about TPUSA, all things she said before. Says feds haven't told us anything that makes sense. Says people who say you shouldn't attack grieving widow are the same people saying trust the science during C-19. Makes more C-19 comparisons. Doesn't mention that she takes money to promote C-19 medication. Rants about people calling her demonic. Fumes over me pointing out who her manager is, which I thought was super interesting. Told you she watches my page. Says now she's going to do a season 2 and 3 about.
You can't make this up.
Erica, that's crazy work. Reads a post from an investigative journalist trashing Erica, calling her a psychopath. Says Erica unified the right and the left to be against her. Says German mystical Jews came up with
Yo,
this
these
psychology.
photos.
Okay. Says it's trauma-based mind control. Rambles about MK Ultra. Says the president of France is suing her over MK Ultra. Says Erica lies about, but she doesn't know if Erica is aware she's lying. Starts insinuating Erica has been MK Ultra'd. Says she's reached out with 4 questions to Erica. Starts questioning Erica's mother's faith. Says she's been married 4 times.
Wait, what?
Talks about Erica's mother's past relationships. Talks about Erica's dad being a stay-at-home dad for a couple of years. Says she's been speaking with Erica's classmates and boyfriends from when she was a kid. Shows yearbook photos. Shows pics of Erica's stepdad.
Y'all, look at this. These minors here. Why is this coming out? Why is this coming up? You can't make this up, y'all. Who yearbook photos are these? Which one is Erica Kirk? Y'all, what? None of these kids. This is a random. Is this just a random picture snippet? Y'all, this is something else.
Dad brings up Brigitte Macron. Says she gets frustrated when trying to examine Erica's life. Says doctors were selling brains at the hospital Erica was born at. Rants about Erica's birthday for 10 minutes. Spends another 15 minutes saying she believes Erica's mother married on a different day than what was documented. Basically goes on to say that it's plausible that she could be wrong about everything she just ranted about, but she doesn't know because she can't get certain documents to verify.
No.
Okay. Says she's received an interesting email from Sweden, and now she has questions about Erica's fraternity. Wow. Insinuating Erica's mother was committing fraud. Talks about Erica's grandma. Takes shots at Erica's great-grandmother. Shows news articles from 1935. Zoning out as she literally rambles about lottery tickets from the 70s. LOL. Says Erica comes from a long line of Swedish Freemasons while showing pics of Erica's grandfather. Says she received a flurry of emails about this. Says that someone who Erica calls a cousin is really Erica's father's sister's husband's previous wife's daughter's daughter. Brings up a homemade Erica Kirk family tree. Rants about Erica's family for 10 minutes, then admits it was all speculation. Puts a call out to other YouTubers to investigate everything she speculated about. Says people freaked out when she talked about time travel. Brings up Project Looking Glass. Brags about how she's been looking into Erica Kirk's childhood. Literally starts going off about the daycare Erica went to. Shows a pic of her in the daycare. Accuses her of throwing up Freemason signs as a toddler. Says they tried to wipe her elementary school from existence. Now insinuates that Erica went to a special school too. Says her school was named after a wrinkle in time. Says name is tied to time travel and Project Looking Glass. Shows Erica's elementary yearbook photos. Shows some people who went to elementary school with Erica were arrested for fraud as adults. Questions if they have the looking glass. Denies accusing Erica of killing Charlie. Rants about the reaction to her Erica Kirk series. In show fuming over me pointing out who her team is while angrily singing and bouncing around.
Yeah, I should have just played this instead of me reading to myself. I had no idea this. I haven't seen this video, so I had no idea he went over it. This is epic.
Overall, this Erica Kirk series is really just a regular boring episode of her show. 1 Macron rant, 2 admissions that the facts are just speculation, countless Erica Kirk yearbook photos, 0 evidence shown, complete waste of time. Shout out to the big homie, Cinema Shogun, for doing this for us. Thank you so much for that. This is right on the money. I appreciate it, man, for sure. Thank you for taking one for the team, big dog. Thank you so much for taking one for the team. That's it, y'all. I mean, this is an investigation that y'all believe in. Okay, so be it. I'm still praying for a complete and total undoing of Candace Owens, the podcast, and everything that's related to her. I'm praying that the Lord himself will intervene and completely undo everything that she's done. Completely unravel it in a way that only he can receive credit and glory for it.
Amen.
Until next time, everybody. Grace and peace.
Can we say amen to that?
The Abbas family history.
Yeah, hold on. Y'all said to check out Tamira and then S-Files. Y'all, Mira K. Oh, we got so many videos. Hold on. The S-Files. You probably emailed it to me. Okay, hold on.
History is steeped in gambling and
y'all. Boy, I have missed so many videos. Artie Trolls. He did a couple lives. Those a little long. Y'all said check out Tamira. I actually had her saved. Where is it? I had it. I had Tamira. Here it is. Candace Owens is now under investigation. Is she?
And of all the people the Republicans could have.
Oh, hold on. I want to make sure I have your video as files as well. Well, I don't see your email. Okay, here we go. Y'all, the S-Files. Oh, we got to check this out. We need a little brain break. Let's do this one. Shout out to the S-Files. Let me put the link in the chat as well, so you all can check out my fantastic mod and her video. She just did this today. Let's get the views up on that. Show her some love and support. There you go. And S-Files, please make sure you put your YouTube channel link in the chat. All right, y'all. When you can see in here, put a 1 in that chat. Let's go. Oh, look at them babies.
You move in shadows, silk and smoke, perfume of envy, words that choke, a viper dressed in halo light, selling venom every night. You taste the grief still on her skin, call it truth while you sink your teeth in. You haunt a grave that isn't yours, rattle chains at closed doors. You couldn't stand outside his fire. You wanted worship, not desire. Now all that's left is ash and name. So you play God with borrowed flame. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You sharpen your teeth on a headline fix. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him when he breathed, so you destroy the love he leaves. You dance on bones and lipstick red, fighting a ghost in a broken bed.
Fight it now.
You build your throne from shattered dreams, twist everything into a now. Rewrite the past with poison ink. Watch the faithful start to sing. You wanted to be the chosen one, crown of fire, the only sun. But you were orbit, never star, so you wage war from afar. Obsession dressed as righteousness, jealousy in a black silk blouse. You call it justice, call it proof, but it's hunger clawing at the root. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You trade in sorrow, stitch by stitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't break him when he stood, so you desecrate what's good. You whisper lies in candlelight, pray for chaos every night. Did you think the grave would answer you? Did you think the silence would crown you? You scream at it.
Did you think a grave would answer you? Oh. Yeah. Oh my, this is so good. Oh my dear Lord. S-Files. You got it, man. This is so spooky with her standing in that dark side back there watching Erica Kirk mourn. Oh, did you think a grave would answer you? Ah, you can't make. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. See, the Bible refers to this speaking of the dead for a reason. It's witchcraft. This unfamiliar spirit, this is biblically based. Something Candace does not read is the Holy Bible. Y'all, this is something else. This is so powerful. Did you think a grave would answer you?
Did you think the silence would crown you? You scream at a headstone, begging it to speak. But the earth stays loyal to the meek. Love doesn't rot the way you do. It doesn't fade when cut into. It lives in eyes you can't erase, in every line of her face. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks, feeding your fame with a funeral pitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him in the light, so you drag his memory through the night. The legacy burns where you can't reach. No curse you cast can bleach the truth you'll never stitch.
Ah!
You are a demon, starving for a crown that never fit. You are a demon, and love is something you'll never get.
Ah! Yeah! Can we give a standing ovation? Red hearts in the chat for S-Files for this awesome, awesome song. Candace, Chlamydia. Cadence, Karen. Did you think a grave would answer you? Oh my goodness. Red hearts in the chat right now. And y'all better hit that like button and go over here and support S-Files. Girl, I think you've outdone yourself. This is so good. It's so good. Oh man. Candace, you are a demon. A cold-hearted witch. Oh. Stop messing with widows. God is about to clap back in an epic fashion. Amen. Candace, you got it coming. And no one wanted to wish that on you. All we have to do is remember what the word of God says. He said, vengeance is mine. I got it. We do have our justice system here on earth, and Erica Kirk should still sue her. And let God vindicate her in the court of law as well. But there's a heavy price you about to pay, Candace. Especially when you don't want to give up your alibi. Woo! I just, man. Oh my God, that is so well done, S-Files. Well done. Well done. Well done. Oh my goodness. We're probably going to listen to this again at the end. Just let this be the outro. Ah, well done. Yeah, we're definitely going to end out on that song. Y'all, let's get back to this. Shout out to S-Files. Shout out to Tamira Neely as well. And I absolutely adore her praying before she starts her videos. But let's get to this, y'all. It's under investigation. What investigation? Coco, oh, I forgot to play your song at the end of the live. So tomorrow, I know I'm going to do an Umar live because I have a few more videos I want to go over, and we will play your song. My apologies for forgetting about your song in the Umar live stream, but we're going to get it in tomorrow. All right. Y'all shout out to Kogo. He's another one. That was absolutely fantastic. So thank you all for sharing your creativity with me and with the LLC. And I will continue to support you all. Woo, child. That was good. All right, let's get to this, you all.
Selected, they picked Candace Owens. I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking. So I'm going to play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
Wow. Hello.
What it looked like and what could it achieve? And here to weigh in, as I mentioned, Turning Point USA Communications Director, the one and only Candace Owens. Good morning.
It is really crazy how much a 7-word tweet can impact your life positively and negatively.
I am super excited to announce that I am rolling out a brand new podcast with PragerU, aptly entitled The Candace Owens Show.
They're trying to propel voices that are liberal, propel voices that are Democrat, and silence those that are conservative.
I am getting married this weekend, so we decided that we were going to make this a wedding special and introduce you guys to my fiance, future husband, George Farmer.
So now you've got your own family. Your grandfather, you obviously love him. He's maybe is he still the most important male figure in your life?
Yeah, he's probably the only important male figure of my life, which is a strong.
Yeah, never mind her father. Because she had a father. Her parents divorced. You got to wonder what happened with that, especially for them divorce after she's well over 18 years old. As a matter of fact, she was, 26, 27? You can't make this up. Candace, math. It's called mathematics. All we have to do is take the year you were born and subtract that from the year when they got divorced. That gives us an approximate of how old you were when they got divorced. But yet, never mind her father. No, the grandfather. That's it. She never talks about her parents. And who knew? I don't put anything past Candace. She's such a dumb liar. They could have been very present in her life. And she's just doing all of this, to create some sob story, garner sympathy from people. Oh, look, the broke young black girl who was racially profiled allegedly with no evidence. Never mind all that family history she got. Something else.
Wrong statement to make, but that's about right.
Do you have good female figures in your life, strong women?
No, I try to be that. I come from a very sort of broken, crazy family.
Right, where we should introduce you to the family tree so you can just kind of see what's going on here, because this far scandal troubles me deeply. Is Erica lying?
Because the truth about our activism is that it's hardly activism at all. It's rapid rate opinionism.
Who is Candace Owens? Who was Candace Owens? When I first became aware of who Candace Owens was, I believed that she was inspirational. I believed that she was a conservative who happened to also be a Black woman. I believed that she was somebody who could relate to everybody. And that is why I became a fan of Candace Owens, because I felt like she was somebody who wasn't focused so much on race or identity. I really believed that she was somebody who was focused on promoting the truth. Now, I don't know. And that's what leads us here. As you know, Candace Owens is now investigating the widow of Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk. And as Candace Owens questions Erica Kirk, the real question is who is Candace Owens? This is part 1 of my investigation into Candace Owens Farmer. Before we get into it, I'm Tamara. You're watching the Tamara Neely Show. I would like to welcome back all my returning subscribers. And if you're new here, I would like to let you know I'm happy you're here. Quickly, let's get into a word of prayer, because on this show, we believe that prayer is our first resort and not our last. Lord God, I thank you for today. Lord, I pray for each and every person watching this. Lord, I ask you to reveal the truth to us. I pray for Erica Kirk. I pray for Candace Owens. I pray for Turning Point USA. I pray for America. Be with us today. In Jesus' name, amen. On this show, we believe in giving honor where honor is due. Thank you so much, Marisol, for this super chat. This is, I agree with you. This earth is not our home. We are just passing through. Thank you for all you do. Keep it up. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much, Glow, for this $9.99 super thanks. God bless you. Also, special thank you to our channel members who support the Tamara Neely Show on a monthly basis. I appreciate you all, and God bless you. I take no joy in investigating Candace Owens. I don't. This is a woman who I looked up to at one point. But now it seems as though we have no choice, because what we are seeing from her is truly evil, without question. And now it's time to question who Candace Owens really is. I'm not going to do much talking. I'm going to let this clip of Candace Owens do most of the talking. Obviously, I will interject because I don't want a copyright strike. But I want you guys to hear Candace Owens describe who she is, where she comes from. And keep in mind, this is only part one.
Love that video about your
Don't stop. Oh, that's such a good point. Candy might be the reason Biden's FBI was spying on Charlie and TPUSA. Y'all think about that for a second. Because, she wanted nothing more than for TPUSA to fail even before Charlie Kirk passed away. And guess what they would have done? Gotten her out of that contract. If something would have came up out the woodworks where TPUSA is heavily fined, or the business structure and the foundation is severely damaged and hurt, she probably was looking for an easier out with that contract too. If she couldn't get back on the payroll and she couldn't be CEO, then maybe she was the one setting them up to be investigated. And what came out of that? Nothing. And now she wants to see him talk about an audit. It's like she wants these things to happen, hoping that somebody finds something wrong, not to clear them in the event that they were doing something right and Charlie Kirk was really smart and business savvy. No, she wants something bad to come out of it. Never mind the fact that she was still under contract and that she wanted to be back on their payroll and be CEO. What better way, if you can't get back in and be with them, than to beat them by having them under IRS investigation forever? Or making it seem as if an audit would help them with something, as if Charlie Kirk was concerned about that. She wants something bad to come out of it. Even if he wanted a Doge style type of audit or a team to do things like that, it would only be to help them improve and be more efficient. No, she wants it. She wants something bad to come out of these investigations, to come out of an audit, so that she can tear it down. Because if she can't be a part of it, she doesn't want it to be in existence. I'm telling y'all, Candace had more than enough motive and intent to do harm on Charlie Kirk. More than enough motive and intent. Her vindication does not make her look any better. Y'all, this is something. Shout out to you, Don't Stop. Just food for thought here, Candace. Because we're just asking questions and speculating.
Your grandfather, you obviously love him. He's maybe is he still the most important male figure in your life?
Yeah, he's probably the only important male figure of my life, which is a strong statement to make, but that's about right.
Do you have good female figures in your life? Strong women?
No, I try to be that. I come from a very sort of broken, crazy family.
Like I heard that sort of 9 of your uncles have been incarcerated. So you come from a family where the crime is part of the story.
Yeah, they're not 9 of them, but 5 of the 9 of them all spent some time in prison.
Candace Owens mentions here that she did not have any positive women influences in her life. And it makes me wonder if Candace has an issue with women because of her upbringing. 5 out of 9 of her uncles have spent time in prison. And we're going to go on to hear her say that this was normal. It's interesting to me that Candace Owens' family has a lengthy criminal background. Yet, Candace Owens insinuates that Erica Kirk's family has something to do with Charlie Kirk's murder.
But here's the thing. Candace lied. Because she had a mother in her life. She had a grandmother. Weren't her parents at her wedding? Or at least her grandparents? Both? Grandmother and grandfather? You learned nothing from your grandmother? See, here's where her relatives need to be coming out and speaking out on this, because her family lineage is already being brought to the light. But for her to sit here and to lie this bad, and they say nothing at all to correct this, it makes you wonder, is she paying her relatives to not come out and say anything? I mean, you can't make this up. Didn't she have her parents and her grandparents at her wedding? You can't make this up. Where's the evidence that her uncles were incarcerated? She produced no evidence, by the way. She also said she got 2 degrees.
Interesting. But this is the woman whose family, 5 out of 9 of her uncles have spent time in prison. And she's going to go on to say that that was normal.
And that sort of trickled down. And I have cousins that have spent time in prison, and it was just a part of my story growing up. And it wasn't particularly unique. It's a weird thing to say, but in the retrospect, like that seems normal to me. Like we're going to go see your uncle in prison. Okay, sure, that's what you do.
I think that's normal for a lot of people.
Right.
For other people, it's
not
extraordinary.
Yeah, which really lets you know that you can create different simulations in different pockets of society, and until you travel outside of it to have a different experience, you think it's just the norm.
But she never names these relatives so that we can actually look up and see if there are any criminal court dockets out there on Earth. Which uncles and cousins? Because how else do you fact check something like that? See, when you're very vague and ambiguous, in her world, I guess she doesn't expect anybody to follow up and see if that be the case. Who are her cousins and uncles that were incarcerated? Because this girl lied about having 2 degrees and refuses to produce evidence of these degrees. But yet turns around and says, oh no, I was broke and homeless and hungry in college. I dropped out because I couldn't afford it. All that time while never ever mentioning that she went back and here are my 2 degrees I earned, somehow in 1 year. Came out only having completed 1 year, and she came out with 2 degrees in journalism and in English. And she could not have gotten a dual degree from URI because they don't offer that course. I've already researched that information. They don't offer a dual degree in journalism and in English at University of Rhode Island. So how do you complete 2 degrees like this in 1 year? Unless you went to one of those fast-paced colleges or schools. Why be ashamed of it if you did? Unless, her degrees are fake and she took someone else's name at the school. I mean, come on. The school emailed me and said someone with her name and date of birth received a degree. And yet she won't show the degrees themselves.
When did that happen for you? When did your life transition from what was, your early determining context to, what was the thing that should change first for you, Candace?
Well, I think I was always sort of an alien child. Like my mother says all the time when I was a kid, they were just weirded out by me. Like I never cried. They always thought I could understand them as a baby in the crib, which is really bizarre. But the earliest...
I'm going to say this for damn free. Candace is a demon. Y'all flood the chat. Candace is a demon. Candace is a demon. Because we don't need to be paid to say that. I've been saying this for months. Where the hell you been? Republic Tea Room, you're late to this. I've been calling her a dumb demon and an alien and an Ewok and everything else in between for at least 2 good, solid, straight months. And don't pretend like you've never seen any of my lives, because I know you leave comments and come through my chat. I say this for free. Candace Amber Rosie Owens Farmer is a demon from hell. The hottest parts of it. Straight out of Lucifer's toilet. He just took that one good And here lies Candace Owens. I can keep going. You dumb cult leaders don't regulate free speech and expression. You just don't. No matter how hard you try. How are you impersonating investigators, federal investigators at that? You know, because you're still in the CIA logo and all. You know, the CIA needs to sue her. That'll be a good one. Can't make this up. No, Candace is a dumb demon. A dumb demon from hell, from another planet. Their version of hell. Chabu. Candace runs nothing over here. She has no power on my platform. Her and the devil are both a liar. And she's still a demon. There. You're welcome.
Thing that I remember was my first play date, which was in kindergarten class. I was 5 years old, and there was a girl named Lindsay DeLeo. She was this blonde girl with blue eyes, and we became fast friends.
The earliest childhood memory that Candace Owens can remember is of a friendship that she had with a white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. Let's take a look at what Candace Owens gathered from that friendship.
I think we had reading class together, and her mother invited me over for a play date. And I went to her house, and I was just shocked that people lived in the way that she lived. She lived in the suburbs. She had a massive house. She had this Victorian concept room. She had a nanny. She had a playroom. And I just remember being shocked that this was even a part of life, because prior to, obviously, I existed within the realm of my family. I lived in a really small apartment. Me and my two sisters shared a room in a low-income housing building. And it blew my mind. So I think when I was a really small kid, I was already considering, like, how is this, asking the question at least, which is important in order to get the answer. How could people be living such different lives? And you either take, two approaches to it. You either say, I hate rich people because they live that way, or I want to become a rich person and learn how to live that way.
Interesting. So when Candace Owens went to this white girl's house, and the only reason why I'm saying that this young lady was white is because Candace Owens brought up the fact that she had blonde hair and blue eyes. And when Candace Owens went to her house, she took inventory and realized that this young lady had a whole lot more than her. And she mentions how she then wanted to become rich.
Who this girl is.
And so from what I'm gathering, from what I'm hearing.
Candace, what was the address you grew up in this one, bedroom apartment, low income housing? What was the name of this low income housing? Because based on your genealogy, you have some wealthy relatives. One of them was a senator. What was the name of that low income housing again? Because you never provide any evidence on this stuff. Who is this so-called friend that you were jealous of as a young age? Is that why she loathes Erica Kirk so much? Perhaps it reminds her of this blonde hair, blue eyed girl from, I guess, her childhood, who had more than she did. Is that what we're doing, Candace? You're still hating on people because of what you experienced over 20 years ago. You can't make this stuff up.
Is that Candace Owens wanted what this little girl had.
Hey, CC.
And it's interesting because we see where Candace Owens is today. Candace Owens is now married to British royalty. She has millions of dollars. Yep. She is worth millions of dollars. However, this story may still be of significance to Candace Owens. And the question is, why?
I think I've always been curious about success and wanted to learn how to be successful myself. So my path was somewhat natural in that regard. I never hated rich people. It's a very weird thing to me that people demonize the rich.
Do you hate anyone?
No, I think hate's a terrible emotion because it's you.
Well, she says everyone hates her. Oh, I have a screenshot, Candace, where you said I hate everybody. I've used that as a thumbnail at least twice in 2 different videos. It was in the closed caption. Those words came out of her mouth. I hate everyone. Candace, must I pull that up? Because I can. I can pull up you saying you hate everyone. You can't make this up. She said, I hate everyone. She said, we're all traitors. We're all treasonous. I hate everyone. Those words came out of Candace, the dumb demon's mouth. So when her and her Candy as cult members sitting here talking about, oh, you're just hating on her. Please remember, they don't know the definition of that word. And Candace could care less about being hypocritical or a pathological liar or a narcissist or a dumb demon, an alien, chlamydia. Can't make this stuff up. Yeasty. She said, I hate everyone. But yet she doesn't like using the word hate. Make it make sense?
Harvest it internally. So if you hate someone, you hate them.
Yeah, right.
Like
Yeah,
they're
really
okay. They don't feel that.
So you've always been aspirational, even when you were a child. It sounds to me from what little you've told me already that you sounds like you had an unusual emotional state, that you were sort of quite an independent person.
Yes.
And that you're, I mean, even watching you, I've watched like quite a lot of your videos and interviews. You're a very powerful person. You've got driven, aren't you? You've got a strong presence.
Yeah, and I've always had that. Like my teachers hated me growing up because
Why?
I was just extremely assertive. Think about the function.
Where was you educated, Mel?
That's a very good question. I think I like to say that I was self-educated because you don't learn anything in school. You learn propaganda. You learn how to function in society in the way that the government and society want you to function. So I like to think that because I always had to earn my way through life, my parents couldn't afford to put me through school. My parents stopped paying for anything for me. When I turned 14 years old, I was kicked out of my house and I was living with a boyfriend for 6 months. Like I was one of those kids, you know?
Wow.
Who is his boyfriend? Because, you know, you want to sit and talk about ex-boyfriends and all of everybody else. Name yours. Who's your ex-boyfriend? 14 years old, you living with a boyfriend at 14 years old? But your grandparents raised you, right? So either the grandparents were negligent or they raised her. You think they will let her go live with a boyfriend at 14 years old? Didn't she say her siblings moved in with her grandparents when she was young? You said your parents kicked you out? Of where? Because, you know, you living in a one-bedroom apartment of some sort, low-income housing. But she said her grandparents raised her? If she went and lived with a boyfriend at 14 years old because she wanted to do that, I don't think that her grandparents would have allowed her to do that. Once again, she makes all these claims with no evidence. Why lie about your background? Why do you want people to look at you as if you're the broken girl from a horrible upbringing? Why isn't it enough for you to actually have a decent home, both parents, educated, stayed out of trouble? No. You got hit with a harassment charge at 17. You can't make this up.
And so I sort of was self-taught.
One more thing. Her cousin did an interview. Did her cousin mention any of this in that interview? Because all her cousin did was like, oh, you know, well, it's like she validated Candace being the way she is. Like, you know, it's just what she is. She's real, but we love her. What do you mean? She's either lying about the grandparents raising her or she's not. Which one is it? Why would they sit back and be okay with this BS? And this video is old, by the way. Like her in this interview with Russell Brand. This isn't a new interview. This isn't something that just happened within the last month or two. You think they would have went to her wedding and cussed her ass out? How dare you sit here and say that we didn't take care of you and you ran away or you went to live with some boyfriend. Your parents put you out. What you talking about? Seriously, can someone confirm in her wedding photos if that was her parents or her grandparents at her wedding? At her wedding. To a Lord. Who's got over $200 million in net worth? Can't make this up.
And I was constantly pushing back.
But I want you to recognize something that Candace Owens said. And that is that she was self-taught. And when your world and your universe it revolves around self, it is bound for destruction.
Exactly, Diane.
Because we know that we ourselves as humans are self-destructive. That is why we need a savior. That is why we need to look to someone who has more power than us. Russell mentioned Candace Owens being powerful. And I believe, from my analysis, is that this illusion of power may have gone to Candace Owens's head because it appears to have felt that ego and her personal belief that she was self-taught.
Against arbitrary authority. Arbitrary authority meaning that because I'm the teacher and I say go left, go left. Well, no, tell me why I should go left. I need to there needs to be a little bit of reasoning behind this. I was always a critical thinker my entire life. And that sort of, but I went to university for a couple of years and then dropped out. So I think I'm so smart because I didn't go to university.
See that thing where you
pause. Candace Owens said,
but she then went back and said in 2 different videos after Piers Morgan called her ass out, rightfully so, that she obtained 2 degrees. So either you're educated or you're not, you dumb demon. Why lie about this?
Is there that she did not go to university. Candace Owens did go to university. However, Candace Owens dropped out of university. It's not that Candace Owens did not go to university. From my understanding, Candace Owens could not afford to attend and continue attending university. And so she was therefore forced or put in a position to leave.
Said you're autodidact, self-educated.
But you would think right here when she said that if she truly went back and got it 2 degrees, that she would have said it right here. Why wait till Piers Morgan call you out for being incapable of reading a lawsuit filing and do it with neutrality and impartiality? And he says, I have the education and experience in this. I actually went to school for this. Investigative journalism, he has education in that. That is the only time where she tried to say, oh, I have degrees as well. And she said it in 2 different videos on her show. When she was reacting to the Piers Morgan interview, and then she was like, oh, snap, you got me, girlfriend. And then when she was asked that question while she was reading her comments in a different episode at the end, she said she has 2 degrees. She said that. And yet she refuses to post up her degrees. Once again, unless she has evidence to prove otherwise, Candace is lying like hell. It's hot. You know where demons come from?
Person. What was you reading?
Okay, so when I was a small kid, I loved books. I would get totally lost in novels, and it was a lot of fiction novels that I grew up on. I was reading books, very bizarre. I mean, to be like a 5-year-old reading, an 8-year-old reading Nora Roberts and like Dean Koontz, and I love to get wrapped up in fiction novels. So that helped obviously in terms of just my vocabulary and ability to communicate. I was always reading. I was a big reader, a total dweeb. At home, I was cool in school, but I was a total dweeb at home. And I remember racing even when I was in 5th grade to read the Harry Potter books. Like one of those people that was in line waiting for them. She's a disaster now, by the way, but her books are very good.
What?
Keep in mind, this is someone who said that they were self-taught. Yet Candace goes on to list all the books that she was reading. And as she's listing those books, I have yet to hear Candace Owens mention reading the Holy Bible, which we know is the book of life. Instead, Candace Owens mentions reading books like Harry Potter, which we know to be wicked. That is why my mother did not allow me to watch Harry Potter. She did not allow me to read Harry Potter books when I was a kid. So that is interesting insight from Candace Owens.
Politically, she's a total disaster. She should stick to fiction because she doesn't understand reality. She doesn't. She really doesn't. I'm sorry. She's a wonderful world she created, though, for people to get lost.
Same thing with you, Candace. This alternate reality you somehow become a cult leader of. You know, because you're a dumbass cult leader. You've created this alternate reality where you believe that you can astral project. Isn't that the highest level, the zenith of witchcraft and sorcery and straight up evil? You talk about astral projections as if that's biblical. And you speak of communing with the dead in your vision. And I said this earlier, and I've always said this. She never reads the Bible. She does not know scripture at all. And for whatever she thinks she can quote, she has no regard or respect for the Bible either. She doesn't follow it. She does not honor the word of God at all. It's as if she doesn't even acknowledge the existence of the Bible unless she's trying to say, this is God's platform and God wants me to say all these horrible things that go against scripture. You think God wants you to sit here and attack and go after a widow when there are several scriptures in the Bible itself that says don't do that. The Bible also says, do not touch my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You know, more scripture you continue to ignore, Candace, you dumb demon. But yet everything you talk about is either faking gay or it's some form of witchcraft or sorcery or just flat out evil. Cult nonsense. Psyops and stuff. You see all that in the Bible. But then makes a mockery of Christ by saying Christ is king and not meaning it. It's disgusting, really. This is what, see, God doesn't forget stuff like this. Right now, she should be happy that he's giving her grace and mercy, because when he's ready to put her down with some consequences, he's going to do a swift, hard and heavy, and it's going to have an impact. What you reap, you shall sow. What you sow, you shall reap. What you sow, you shall reap. This is going to come back on you. All this coming from somebody who refused to read a Bible. God is not going to tell you to create a podcast to then disrespect the word of God by going after widows. That's beyond being hard-headed and rebellious. And she does this on purpose.
Inside of, but yeah, I didn't start reading political.
I'll move this chair.
Oh, you're fine. Get comfortable.
heavy.
We're going to be in here for, you know,
We're not leaving.
comfortable.
We're not leaving until we agree on absolutely everything. Then we'll
so
leave.
I have you in a MAGA hat.
I'm wearing it already, but just down my trousers.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Exactly. What about
Very
the
nice.
special school she went to?
So yeah, I don't know. I didn't start reading, I guess, nonfiction until I got interested in.
Now you may still be
astral projections and Harry Potter, evil wizardry, and now Sigmund Freud. You know, more evil nonsense and disgusting behavior. I mean, it is deplorable.
wondering why this information is
Never mind, the
important
Bible says
and
we
why
widowed
I brought
alone.
this to your attention. And that's because Candace Owens mentioned important details about her life. She mentioned that she came from a broken family. She mentioned her connection with her school-age friend and how that made her feel. And now it has me thinking about her and Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk is a white woman with blonde hair who was the wife of Charlie Kirk, who is now a widow, who is now the president and CEO of Turning Point USA in her husband's honor. And Candace Owens is just a podcaster. She is a broken woman. She seems to not have moved past what happened to her when she was a child, because once again, she was self-taught. And
pause. Let me explain something to you. Do not blaspheme in my chat. You're not godly when you're intentionally being rebellious against the word of God. You have no evidence to prove that. And it will not ever justify being rebellious against the word of God if you claim to be a Christian. You have people in prison right now for having committed other crimes that still won't go after a widow. What does it have to do with someone that professes to be a Christian honoring the actual word of God where it says don't do that in several scriptures? It is not my fault that you choose to be illiterate. But do not ever dare blaspheme in my chat. Candace is not God. You cannot justify someone saying I'm a Christian and then they ignore the scripture and then say God told them to say something that would actually be in direct violation of the Bible itself. Word of God does not return unto itself void. It is not hypocritical. It is Candace, the dumb demon, that's hypocritical. So before I block you out of my chat, because I don't do blasphemy, I could care less about what a cult member thinks. You want to worship her on the throne in your world, in your shrine or whatever you have for her? Do that nonsense on your own time. Don't bring blasphemy over here. Can't make this up.
when you're self-taught, you have no one to look up to. Maybe that can affect someone and cause them to stumble. In part 2, I would like to talk a little bit more about Blexic, the organization that Candace Owens started. Apparently, she owes someone money. That's interesting. We will get into that next time. This is part 1. Interesting. As you heard at the end, Candace Owens mentioned not reading nonfiction until later on. I want to leave part 1 here. I thought we would have more time to talk a little bit more about this discovery. And my plan is to have 2 or 3 parts, because I believe that maybe that will give us insight as to why Candace Owens is attacking Turning Point USA, attacking Erica Kirk the way she is. I want to know, is this video helpful? Has this video been helpful? I want to hear your thoughts. I take no pleasure in reporting on this. However, I believe that this must be done. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, join the conversation below. I want to hear your thoughts. Love you. Talk to you later.
This is good. Tamara is very sweet. I mean, just well done. Well done. I wanted to do, I guess we got one more time for this video here.
Candace Owens is going to get,
because I think this is imperative for people to understand how dangerous Candace and her dumb cult members are, and the rhetoric that they spew out, and how at some point Candace is just going to do something horrible or heinous to Erica Kirk, or at least try. I don't put it past her. I don't have to. I've never seen anyone go after someone like this hard and heavy in all my life. And then talk about this is God's platform, like a cult leader. You know, Jim Jones said these same things. Several cult leaders have said the same exact things that Candace says every day, trying to justify this evil nonsense and buffoonery while being in direct violation of the word of God, and you claim to be a Christian. Now she just says she's Catholic. It's as if Catholicism does not fall under Christianity at all, but ignores the entire word of God. It's the arrogance of it all. I know how to bring you down. But this is one of the reasons why Erica Kirk needs to sue and ask for a protection order to be granted against Candace. I've said this before. Hit the one if I've said this. If you all have heard me say this at least twice before, that she needs to get a restraining order or a protection order against Candace and definitely sue her. I said this was going to happen. I said this is going to get far worse before it even gets better. And Erica Kirk is going to have to sue Candace. She's going to have to do it. Issuing her a cease and desist letter was just a waste of time and unnecessary. You don't owe her that. No one owes her anything. The Macrones are showing you how it's done, Erica Kirk. You're going to have to sue her and ask for a restraining order as well while you're at it. At the rate she's going, I will not put past Candace that she could just snap and do something to somebody. It's so evil and soulless. Why not just leave her alone? You hate her guts. Why talk about somebody you can't stand and loathe? Why go after TPUSA? You can't stand them. You already said you hate everyone. You already said that you and your cult members are, treasons and traitors. I hate everyone is what she said. I clipped that. Then why even bother with thinking about Erica Kirk and TPUSA? Why allow them to occupy and live rent-free in your head 24/7? Because that's what's happening here. Erica Kirk is living rent-free in Candace's head 24/7. Literally. It's this dangerous obsession. And it's disgusting. And because her cult members think she's God, literally, the Candy-ass cult members believe that Candace Owens is God. She's their God. They can have that idolatry to themselves. Don't bring the blasphemy and the idolatry over here. because you think you got the right to leave comments in your free speech. I have the right to not read your blasphemous comments. I owe her nothing. Candace and the devil are both a liar. It's like their objectives are aligned. The devil's objectives are to kill, steal, and destroy. That's the same objectives of Candace Owens. Kill, steal, and destroy. The only person she's making proud right now is her cult members and Lucifer himself.
Erica Kirk or her children killed or hurt. Let me say that one more time.
I'm not the only one that said this.
And her children are in danger of being murdered, just like Charlie, because of.
I said this last month. I have said I'm so glad people are understanding this. They're looking at the situation and calling it like it is. I said the same exact thing. I said this last month. I'm like, this girl, Erica Kirk, will have to get a protection order against Candace. She's going to have to get a protection order against her. Because this crap is getting out of hand. It's not just the free speech. It's the inciting of something violent and sinister. Painting this picture as if Erica Kirk does not deserve to live or be on earth or be a CEO or be a mother or a grieving widow. I've been saying the same thing. I'm finally, somehow I'm glad you got some of these larger content creators saying this because he can reach a lot more people.
Candace Owens, because of George Farmer, because of her employees, because of her funders, her sponsors, her backers, everyone that is allowing this to continue.
Exactly.
What are you going to do if one of your crazy cultists goes too far? We just saw someone try to hop the fence at Mar-a-Lago to take out the president over the Epstein files. You really think that some of these crazy Candace followers won't try to take a shot at Erica Kirk? You ask me, Graham, why? Because not only is it about biblically standing up for the widows and the orphans, which God mandates us to do, it is about the real and
exactly, Suzanne.
It is about the real and immovable truth that what Candace Owens is doing is putting Erica Kirk and her children in danger.
Thank you.
And I truly believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Candace Owens' soul is headed straight to the pits of hell. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. I'm not the final judgment. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would not like to be the one standing behind Candace Owens at the pearly gate because she's going to have a lot to answer for. I truly believe that Candace Owens is the head witch of a coven of witches. I believe that she is full of witchcraft. She's full of hatred. We have a lot of things to talk about, but before we do that, I just want to know where we stand. Do you stand with Erica or do you stand with Candace? You can put an E or a C in the comment section right now. That's it. I want to know who I'm talking to. It's not going to change what I say because somebody made a comment the other day. I saw it. It said, Graham Allen, look at the comments in your comment section. You need to take a hint and change course and stop talking about Candace Owens. And to that, I say, I have never cared what the comment sections have to say. I have never cared if it upsets anyone. And I'm not starting freaking now.
Nope.
I'm just not. As I told you earlier, I literally just told my ad buyer that if I currently have a sponsor that sponsors Candace Owens, get rid of them. End the deal, break the contract, I want out. If we are contacted and or in negotiations with any future sponsors that currently sponsor Candace Owens, in the contract talks, I don't want their money. That's how much I'm serious about this. I don't know how much money that's going to cost me. I don't even care if I got to fire Todd.
For that reason, I would.
Is anyone ever able to tell him to please advocate for Erica Kirk to get a protection order against Candace and George Farmer, both of them? Because his ass is letting this happen. He's standing behind a camera every time she goes live with this pre-recorded, pre-scripted show. Does anyone have the ability to get his attention to say, hey, can you please advocate for Erica Kirk to get a protection order against Candace Owens? That way, if Candace thinks to go even within 100 feet or 500 feet, I don't care if it's 1,000 feet of Erica Kirk, wherever she is, her ass will be locked up. You know, jail is nothing new for her. For Candace. Candace was charged with harassment at 17. This kind of lines up with her pattern of behavior. Cyber harassing, doxing, bullying. Saying all this nonsense, not caring about the consequences of her words. A whole country told her, you can't come here. Defamation is not free speech. You know, to all the dumbass, candy-ass cult members that think they understand how the law works, you don't. Defamation is not protected speech. And she can be held liable. God allowed us to create a justice system here on earth for a reason. Erica needs to sue her and get a protection order against Candace. Period.
Okay.
I'm kidding on the firing Todd part, but Candace Owens yesterday,
I'll do that myself eventually.
her fans thought that she was going to drop her investigation yesterday. So let's talk about the first thing, that Candace Owens, massive failure. In fact, I saw many tens, maybe thousands of comments of people going, we waited all day for this. But she instead dropped a teaser for her Erica Kirk investigative series she titled The Bride of Charlie, to insinuate Bride of Chucky.
Thank you, no reply.
We're going to play it, and then we're going to get into this thing here. And again, if you stand with Erica, I want you to comment an E in the comment section. If you stand with Candace, I want you to comment a C in the comment section. I want to know who we're talking to, but we're going to play this, and then I'm going to get into why we're still talking about this. Let's go, play it.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building after being shot at Utah Valley University. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't get to give him a kiss goodbye.
I forgive him.
Take your time.
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited. Describes your husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently.
Yeah, none of these things are crimes, by the way. I just want to reiterate that. Nothing that they have said, from the suit to the tent, none of that is a crime. None of it. Erica Kirk has not been charged with any crime at all, and will not be because of Candace Owens either. This is the same demonic demon, Candace, that said that Erica Kirk should be thrown in jail, but can't articulate one crime committed. I don't give a damn if you think Erica Kirk did anything. If you have no evidence, you don't just advocate for an American citizen to just be thrown in jail. This is why she needs to sue her. So you're just trying to circumvent due process altogether on some fictitious crime you can't prove she committed. Candace, you are an infection. Can't make this up. Dump chlamydia.
So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the prime minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
Weird conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt. $8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on?
Oh, thank you, Andy.
My aunt used to tell me never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
Ooh, child.
All right. So there's a million things in that one clip right there that I can debunk right now. Just one off the bat is the I want to touch your butt. That actually was the teenage girl that posted that and tagged Erica Kirk in that post. But of course, Candace leaves that out. Erica Kirk didn't post that at all. We don't have enough time to go through everything that was a lie. I said, God commands us to defend the widow and to protect the orphan, Isaiah 1:17. Candace Owens is attacking a grieving family and exploiting their tragedy for clicks. It's not righteous. Yep. It's not courage. And it is quite literally anti-Christ. what she's doing. Pray for Erica Kirk and her children. And then this person had to say, furthering conspiracies, her children aren't even with her. Ask yourself why. Well, this is an interesting thing for someone to say. Her children aren't even with her. I was just with Erica Kirk and many other people, along with my wife, over the weekend. And guess who was with her? Her kids.
These are the dumb bots and cult members that say stuff like this. It's either way, it still leaves the impression that you're stalking her. How would you know if she was with her kids or not? She hasn't lost custody of her kids. And let's not pretend like these posts and messages could not be used as evidence in the court of law. Judge and jury doesn't care about what dumb cult members think. They're going to enforce and uphold the law, period. And all those posts will be used as evidence to show that it was not even Erica Kirk sending out the message. She was tagged in it. There's a difference. She can't control who tags her. The only thing she could have done was block the young lady. And who's to say she wouldn't create a new profile and tag her in something else? You know, like these dumb bots of Candace Owens do. That's not something you can control. You can't control someone tagging you in X or whatever it is. It's crazy as hell. Y'all, this is something else.
You know what was even more sad? Having to see the 7-foot barbarian bodyguard have to walk them in over threats against their lives. That's what was really sad. And I'll tell you what was even more sad. It was watching her daughter grab, I believe it was pieces of candy or a cookie or something like that. And she said, one for me, one for my brother, one for my daddy.
That's heartbreaking.
Why is Erica Kirk not with her kids? Newsflash, she is.
Yep.
Newsflash, she is. Graham, show us the proof. No, I'm not giving you the picture. I'm not. That's not mine to give to you. No, I'm not exposing her children to more to you. You either freaking believe me or you don't. I don't care. But when I read crazy crap like that, I can verify in front of God and man and everyone else. Erica Kirk is with her children. You ghouls. But then I also read some things like this. You got the Christians chiming in. You got the Christians chiming in about, here we go. This was the same tweet. And this person said, and I'm not attacking this lady. I am disagreeing with her point respectfully, and we're going to talk about it. I've really struggled about whether or not to continue commenting on this because it seems like the more people talk about it, the more it, quote, feeds the beast, so to speak. But this deranged crusade shows no signs of stopping. Christians, please don't feed this beast. Pray for Erica, her family, and her children, and spend your time doing something edifying instead of watching this evil garbage.
Let me tell you something. The Bible says that faith without works is dead. That doesn't mean you stop praying for Erica Kirk. But you can also advocate for her to take action and sue Candace Owens for defamation and pain and suffering and putting her and her children in the line of fire, in jeopardy. They're already receiving death and kidnapping threats. These kids are getting death threats. You have whole grown adults that want to take out innocent children. These same pervs that sit here and watch Candace post up yearbook photos from Erica Kirk in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade when she was a minor child. And they root that on. And Candace has no care or concern if half of these people might be registered SOs. You can't make this up. It's so deranged and depraved. But yet you put up Candace's kids in a photo. Oh, she's going to lose her mind. For what? It's the hypocrisy for me. And I don't advocate for her kids to be put out there. They can't help who their demonic dumb mama is. Candace goes out her way to not only keep bringing up Erica Kirk's kids' names out of her mouth, but it finds it odd that the daughter is asking if she can see a photo of her mommy and daddy or her dad. It's insane.
Okay, to this Alyssa Childers person, I respectfully disagree.
Erica Kirk need to sue her.
As Christians, and again, I've seen all the posts. Oh, these coordinated attacks against Candace Owens. It has to be paid for coordination. No, it is the Holy Spirit residing within real Christians that are identifying the demonic residing in Candace Owens, and we're rebuking it in unison.
Yep.
Again, I say it's not a paid coordinated attack by the Jews. It is a coordinated attack by God against the evil one that Candace has sold her soul to. Feed into the beast. Here's the thing. When something has the demonic behind it, it's not going to stop unless Christians stand up against it. Candace Owens is not going to stop. It's going to be the most watched thing ever. Erica Kirk and her children are going to continue to be harassed every single freaking day. They already have full-time 24/7 security because their daddy and her husband was murdered in the most public assassination our country has ever seen 6 months ago. And now you've got this demonic witch.
Yep.
That is doing an investigative series, which that trailer was nothing but things that she's already put out there that turned out to be nothing burgers in the first place to continue the mass psychosis of her cultist followers.
Yep.
And as
red
Christians,
meat to her base.
We're supposed to just sit idly by?
Mm-mm.
We're supposed to just sit here and let this happen? In fact, not only do I have a call out for her husband, not only do I have a call out for her employees, not only do I have a call out for her sponsors, for her donors, for anyone that's editing the footage, all of it, whoever is responsible for it, I have issue with all of you. But I'll go even further. Candace Owens is Catholic. Where the crap is your priest?
Yeah.
Ciao.
Where is the Christian discernment about anything that you are doing? Where are any spiritual advisors that you have? Where are any fellow Catholics or Christians that are checking you about what you're doing? Where do you have any kind of spiritual discernment at all? Or is the answer, Candace Owens, you know what gets the most clicks and you will do what gets the most clicks? Somebody said in my thing, they said, at Grok, how many times has Graham Allen posted about Candace Owens in the past 30 days? And I just want to respond with, how many times has Candace Owens talked about Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's assassination in the past 6 months?
Yep.
It's her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of a moment at Charlie's memorial, which, by the way, they're talking about in that clip. They said there's some
to the candy ass cult members. How does it feel to know that you are praising and worshiping your dumb cult leader, Candace Owens, who allows another woman to live rent-free in her head 24/7? How do you feel about worshiping that cult leader? You know, because in her world, everything is fake and gay. Somehow, Erica Kirk has now become her obsession to where Erica Kirk is living rent-free in Candace Owens' mind 24/7. And this is the cult leader that you dumbass, brainless, candy-ass cult members are worshiping and adoring like she's God. She can't even be original on her own. She literally allows another woman to live rent-free in her head 24/7. And that's what you're worshiping. So if anything, why take offense to anybody saying that Candace is a demon? How's it a good thing for her to allow Erica Kirk to live rent-free in her head and for her to obsess over Erica Kirk? How's that a good thing? Another woman, by the way. Not her husband, not her children, not her looking for her parents or tracing her own genealogy or telling the truth about having 2 degrees or showing evidence of that. You know, because she doesn't have a degree. Nope. She's going to sit back, neglect motherly duties. As she said, she's been neglectful, obsessing over Charlie Kirk's death. Wants everybody else to obsess with her. Watch him being assassinated over and over again. That's what she wants. And she allows Erica Kirk to live rent-free in her head 24/7. And that is the cult leader that the candy-ass cult members are worshiping. Make that make sense?
and the hats, they're registering people to vote at his funeral. That wasn't the funeral, you morons. The funeral was private. The funeral was attended in an undisclosed location for the purposes of it not being vandalized, and Candace Owens knows that too. Candace Owens would love nothing more than for Charlie's burial location to become public so people could go vandalize it. That was the public memorial for Charlie Kirk. And you have to be some kind of an idiot not to understand the difference. So, as Christians, I rebuke anyone who says, well, as Christians, we should just pray for Candace Owens and we should just not do anything. You are a weak-spined coward is what you are. You are a embarrassment to the Christians, to the Holy Spirit, to the righteousness. Our God is a God of justice, and our God is a God that commands us to stand up for the orphans and the widows. Where are you? And now I'm going to be even more aggressive than I have been before. After all this, Megyn Kelly, where the crap are you?
For real.
Megyn Kelly, hello, Megyn. How can you stand by and do this?
Megyn Kelly is too busy being an embarrassment to all women, all mothers, and the Bar Association. That's if she's still registered a license as, her saying she's a former litigator and all, meaning that she was at least an attorney practicing law. She can't see this grave injustice being done against someone she called a friend to whom she bragged about facilitating this dumbass meeting in Tennessee with. Not caring if it was going to get worse. Not caring that Candace was not going to stop. Because her cult members run her platform. They want her to keep going. They want that red meat thrown to them. And she's going to let that evil reign and just terrorize someone living rent-free in her head. While she still doesn't pay Erica Kirk's mortgage. Go figure.
How can you stand by and say nothing? You said
Megyn Kelly,
that
you're the worst.
We only really are criticizing Candace Owens because of her thoughts about Israel, and you're not going to comment about that.
This has nothing to do with it.
She's fixing to launch an investigative documentary into Erica Kirk. She is endangering Erica Kirk and her children's lives more. What is this thing on? Also, to all the quote friends of Charlie Kirk that still remain silent. Here's the thing. I don't have to name them because you already know who they are. You tag them in every single post I make. Here's what I say. For anyone not bound by the investigation, because there are some that are probably bound by this investigation and they can't talk because they're part of the murder trial or they're named in it and they can't say anything. To those, I understand. But there's a lot of you who aren't. In fact, the vast majority of you aren't. And you were never a friend to Charlie. In fact, you rode his coattails to become popular so you could make money. And now you're so afraid of losing your money, your credibility, your views, your indulging need for a dopamine hit of seeing somebody hit the like button and a view roll over in your account on YouTube that you won't say a dang thing about the person that Charlie chose to be number 2 in his life behind God. And then his children, which are number 3, by the way. So you claim to care about Charlie, but yet you do nothing. You're no friend of Charlie, and you're dead to me. If I see you in a room, I'm coming right at you. But you'll avoid me because you know exactly who I'm talking to, and you know I'm talking to you. And for those of you that are finally starting to speak up just a bit, but you just aren't quite saying she that shall not be named, come on. Come on. It is time to get on the team. It is time. Together, we can take this.
Yeah, shouldn't we boldly declare the truth? Yeah, we should. You call evil out by his name. You can't make this up. Even Jesus called out the name of a demon before he cast it out. He wrestled with Satan in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. He didn't sit here and let me just ignore and pray and not, never mind all this temptation coming my way. 40 days and 40 nights. The word of God says Jesus spent in the wilderness, resisting the devil. He had to be assertive to do that. Couldn't be passive aggressive. The worst that can happen is her dumb cult members leave comments in your videos. What else is new? You give them power when you are cowarding to them. You give them the impression that they can somehow have some effect on you when you don't stand up to them. If I really wanted to get thousands and thousands of views, out, say something that would be flattering to Candace. But hell is still hot. Candace can go find out for herself. Maybe she can be reminded of it if that's where she hails from. But I'm not trying to find out what hell is like. And nobody's worth me going to hell over. Some dumb cult member that lies about having 2 degrees is certainly not worth me losing my soul salvation over. Nope. I owe her nothing. Candace has not died on a cross for any of my sins and any of yours. And if she has gotten up on a cross and died on it, and it came back and resurrected herself in 3 days, please give me evidence on that. Because obviously I've missed many, many days of life here on earth. If Candace somehow has been able to achieve the goal of dying on a cross, shedding some blood for somebody's sins, and rising from the dead in 3 days. Perhaps I missed the part where Candace Owens conquered death, hell, and the grave. Maybe I missed that. You know, somewhere in the Bible where it doesn't exist. Perhaps I read over that. You take the power away when you stand up to them. You can't allow a bully to continue to bully if you don't stand up to them. If you don't show them that you don't fear them, that you're not afraid of them, they're going to continue to think they can reign that fear over you. And yet Candace pays no one's mortgage.
Devil out. We can push back against her together. And it is time for us to do so. Because Candace Owens is going to get Erica Kirk and her children either hurt or at worst killed. And my question is this. What are all of you who have pushed her conspiracies? What are you all going to do then? If you agree with me, hit the like button, I guess, or comment something in the comment section. I'm ready. I'm ready for anyone that is a Canaanite to justify what she's doing. If she had groundbreaking evidence that Erica Kirk murdered Charlie, why would you tee up a teaser trailer like a movie that's fixing to come out? In fact, I would argue this point. If Candace Owens had anything to indicate Erica Kirk killed Charlie, she would go to the authorities, not YouTube.
Oh.
Because that's not how it works. So I will fight you.
Same way she talked
I will
about
fight every one of you. I will fight it till my dying day. I would rather lose this job than take the coward's way out. Go ahead, Don.
You know, I've talked about
it's the same thing I've been saying. Candace Owens doesn't believe Tyler Robinson pulled the trigger on the gun. Okay, who pulled the trigger on the gun? It's been 6 months. Somehow she still can't express that. Somehow her and her dump coat members cannot conjure up with evidence someone who pulled the trigger on the gun. And I'm talking about video evidence, DNA evidence, photo, visuals of the person that pulled the trigger on the gun. Since she doesn't believe it was Tyler Robinson, who pulled it? Wasn't that supposed to be what she was supposed to be researching? Yeah, that was supposed to be the question she was supposed to be answering by looking for evidence to see who pulled the trigger on the gun. But no, she rather you all just keep watching him be shot over and over and over again. Sick, depraved nonsense. But she can't tell you who she thinks pulled the trigger on that gun. My guess would be George Farmer.
this several times. One of these days, I'm gonna have to kneel before God, because I'm not concerned with heaven or hell anymore. Like death, I'm not worried about it. Death has no sting because my name's written in the Lamb's Book of Life, as is Graham's. And no, I hate talking about Candace Owens, but understand this. One of these days, we're all going to have to kneel before Jesus. And we're going to have to explain a lot of stuff. And if you're behind me, you're going to be there a while. But one thing God is not going to ask me, and I'm going to be real with y'all, I don't care if Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk at this point. I tell you who didn't. Erica, Turning Point, yes, they had nothing to do with it. But one of these days, I'm going to kneel in front of them, and so are you. And my question to Candace and the Canaanites and all of you Peckerwoods out there, how long are you going to have to sit there on a knee while you get chastised by God for not coming to the aid of a widow that he told you to do so? And for those, well, we got to sit on the sidelines, and Christians, we can't. No. We're supposed to have the mind of Jesus. We're called to do that. The mind of Jesus. You know what the mind of Jesus was when he came to this earth? He didn't go to sinners. He didn't go to the guy across the street. No, he went to the religious leaders, the so-called faith leaders of that age, and he hammered them. You're supposed to call out Christians for false doctrine. You're supposed to call out Christians for doing the wrong things. You're called to do that.
Blasphemy.
Yep.
And shame on you if you're not. And whether it's Megyn Kelly, the Hodge twins, Nick, whoever the hell wants to line up and say it, you're called to do it. And shame on you. Shame on you.
Dan Scavino actually made a post that I believe is about Candace Owens. And I think that it's very interesting to read about this. Dan Scavino says, grifters are going to grift. Truly unbelievable and pathetic. Once a tool, always a tool. Now, I don't know he's talking about Candace Owens, but I feel like it might be so. And the last thing I'm going to say before we get ready to pray this thing out and raid into Dan is this. To anyone who wants to help, Candace asks for donations all the time. To anyone who wants to pay it forward, perhaps it's time we go, instead of The Bride of Charlie, an investigative series into Erica Kirk, maybe we should do not The Bride of Charlie, an investigative series into Candace Owens.
Yep.
Maybe we should investigate Candace's life and her rise to fame. Very checkered past. Maybe we should look at her husband. Also very checkered past. Well, I wonder how squeaky clean her employees are. That'll be interesting to find out. I wonder about her Scientologist donors.
Yay!
That'll be interesting to find out about.
Oh my God, I am so ready to go over that tomorrow and on our Scientology Sunday. Technically, it's 2:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so ready to go over Scientology and its connection to Candace. Oh man, you all listen. Scientology Sunday is about to get really interesting. That's why. What did I tell you all? I'm just waiting for Candace to come out and say, "Well, I've joined Scientology today." Come on, Candace, Chlamydia. You know you want to do it. Why don't you just come out and say it? You've joined Scientology. The end. You're halfway there. See, when I say these things, I don't just say it for nothing. Why do you all think we're sitting here? We're going over, we're having Scientology Sundays for a reason. I move with intent on this platform. I haven't missed the mark yet. I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. I'm just waiting on Candace to come out and say she joined Scientology. I'm just waiting on that to happen. So, of course, we have a lot to discuss tomorrow for Scientology Sunday. Or this afternoon later on.
Maybe we do an investigative series into Candace. I wonder how much she and her British Lord husband and his family would love that. But we're just asking questions.
That's it.
That's all we're doing. We're just asking questions, and I'm just done.
No reply.
I'm done. I'm tired of it. And if you don't want me to fight back against Candace and it exhausts you, freaking get off the train. I don't care. Get off the train. See you later, because history will prove that those that stood with Candace Owens were on the wrong side of history. It just will. It will prove. It will prove. And I stand by it. I've made my entire career making controversial stances against the masses. And here we are 12 years later, and I'm not changing a dang thing now. If you agree with what we said today and you've enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that like button right now.
Yeah, hit that like button. We're going to end this out on this song as Files. This is so good. Shout out to you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Want to thank all of you all for the support here in the LLC and for rocking with me. I've had a very long day today. And we're ready to get back at it tomorrow. We have Scientology Sunday. We're also going to be checking out a couple episodes of 2 cult leaders. Because, cults is a thing. And it infiltrates all over social media so easily. Because we're on our phones. We're on social media. The social media and all these platforms are pretty much a part of our daily lives. So it's easy to be influenced by all the information you see and hear and that you take in. If for nothing else, feel free to challenge anything I've said. And as always, ask for evidence. Candace putting all this nonsense out here, lying about having 2 degrees. Why not show the degrees? She's a narcissist. Wouldn't she take the opportunity to gloat about having this high-level education and getting 2 degrees? Why say that if that's not the case? How do you go from attacking people who are attending school and getting a higher level education, but yet turn around after Piers Morgan calls you out and then say you have 2 degrees in 2 different videos? Not just once, twice. So she doubled down on it and she never shows the evidence. And of course, the cult members are not going to demand that from her because it's too much like right, I guess. Somehow they care more about her feelings and sparing her than, okay, just put out the evidence and just show us the truth on that. Simple. You claim you have 2 degrees in these 2 videos. Post them up. You post up everything else. You talk about everything else. Post up them degrees. At least demand the evidence. And until she shows it, it's not true and it didn't happen. And she's lying. And when you're dealing with a pathological liar like Candace, it's easy for people to get sucked into that nonsense, especially when they don't have a stance or morals or integrity or value or, so forth. Like they get sucked into this nonsense. So be wary and be cautious. These cults are picking up steam online. Candace, clear your cadence. I'm going to keep mispronouncing your name because it's just fun. We're all waiting on you to just come out and tell us that you've joined Scientology. Because you know you want to. I mean, that would just create a buzz all over the internet either way. So let's end this out. Shout out to the S-Files with this song. You guys make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's go.
You move in shadows, silk and smoke, perfume of envy, words that choke, a viper dressed in halo light, selling venom every night. You taste the grief still on her skin, call it truth while you sink your teeth in. You want a grave that isn't yours, rattle chains and closed doors. You couldn't stand outside his fire. You wanted worship, not desire. Now all that's left is ash and name. So you play God with borrowed flame. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You sharpen your teeth on a headline fix. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him when he breathed, so you destroy the love he leaves. You dance on bones and lipstick red, fighting a ghost in a broken bed. You build your throne from shattered dreams, twist everything into a now. Rewrite the past with poison ink. Watch the faithful start to sink. You wanted to be the chosen one, crown of fire, the only sun. But you were orbit, never star, so you wage war from afar. Obsession dressed as righteousness, jealousy in a black silk blouse. You call it justice, call it proof, but it's hunger clawing at the root. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You're trading sorrow stitch by stitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't break him when he stood, so you desecrate what's good. You whisper lies in candlelight, pray for chaos every night. Did you think the grave would answer you? Did you think the silence would crown you? You scream at a headstone, begging it to speak, but the earth stays loyal to the meek. Love doesn't rot the way you do. It doesn't fade when cut into. It lives in eyes you can't erase, in every line of her face. You are a demon, a cold-hearted witch. Exploit a widow for clicks, feeding your fame with a funeral pitch. Exploit a widow for clicks. You couldn't have him in the light, so you drag his memory through the night. The legacy burns where you can't reach. No curse you cast can bleach the truth you'll never stitch. You are a demon, starving for a crown that never fit. You are a demon, and love is something you'll never get.